Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Nights. Sorry for the late start here today, getting through some technical issues, but I think we are set and ready to rock and roll. We have a guest here today. Well, two, I guess. We got Ryan returning once again, and we have Graybeard here joining us with some D&D fun, because we are missing, as you can probably tell, Morgan and Lindsay here today. Hope they're having fun wherever they might be, and we will carry on without them through the drama that was the ending of last session. I'm gonna do some quick announcements before we get started. We have a lot of stuff coming up next week after a relatively uneventful week last week. Tomorrow, we have the first session of our brand new show, Slaying 101, another Monster of the Week game brought to you by Savannah. If you can't get enough of Monster of the Week on Thursdays, you can now catch us bi-weekly on Sundays at 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock Eastern.
4 o'clock Eastern time.
And guess who else is going to be there?
I'm going to be there. Who?
GB!
Yes. Yeah, 3 of us will be there tomorrow. Savannah will be running it. GB and I will be playing in it. So come join us for that. Like I said, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Should also have a new Cyberscape out tomorrow. A lot of stuff happened this weekend that we weren't expecting. We had some visitors come in from out of town, so we might not get it up. I'm going to see if I can get it up this week. We've been trying to go weekly to get caught up, but we will see, and I will let you know. On Tuesday, we should be back for another Matropony, barring, again, any more unforeseen challenges, illnesses, surprise visits. Wednesday, I guess we'll have another Lindsay this week if she's going to be able to make it. I haven't heard anything from Lindsay that being canceled. And Thursday we'll be back with All Myths Are True, the other Monster of the Week game that Savannah is running, and then back for Saturday nights next Saturday. You can catch all that in our schedule below on here, as well as on our website, ggk.smvi.co, and check out our Twitter for announcements and the inevitable schedule changes. And then coming up, I don't think I've plugged it yet. I don't know if it has been plugged, that we're going to be in 4 weeks? 4 weeks for the return of Tidefall. We'll be coming back with some more D&D fun. We'll have more details coming up, but we'll have some more D&D gracing the hallowed halls of our channel here, but we'll get some more hype going there.
I'm not running that one. No,
actually, it's going to be the one thing that Savannah and I will get a break from.
I took over the whole channel this week, sorry.
But that'll be, I think, Alex, you're going to be in it. And,
yep. Morgan will be. Ryan, maybe eventually.
Yeah. I'm topsy-turvy life right now.
Yeah. Morgan and I will be reprising our old characters, and we've got some new friends joining us, so come check that out.
Yeah, lots of new faces and new and familiar faces all around. That'll be coming up at the beginning of September. Yeah, I think that's it for announcements. Anything else that I missed? Cool. Let's get to it. Since we're late, I want to jump right in to the game. So last time on Saturday nights, you had finally made it to the town of Breck as part of your job, your mission, your calling to take on the bandit scourge in the country of Ishfornen. You had been tasked by the bandit leader of the Lone Eye, a beholder by the name of Krillok, to seek out the other 3 bandit leaders that serve the bandit king, defeat them, solidify Krillok's hold of power, and he would reveal to you some details that would lead to you being able to take on the Bandit King finally and fulfill your contract. You have taken down the leader of the Blood Wolves and the Umberhawkers, and set your sights on the Midnight Reavers, who were set to have their base of operations in the town of Breck. Upon arriving, you realize things weren't quite what you expected. The townsfolk were a bit cagey. The mayor was a bit overly friendly. And there was another guild member or group, another guild that was present in the city from the Bounty of the Righteous that were also investigating this bandit activity. You agreed to help them. And we're setting your sights on conducting some sort of trap or sting operation, if you want to call it, to seek out or to trap some of the members of this the Midnight Reavers. However, during that evening, the Bounty of the Righteous was attacked. Their armor and weapons were stolen, and you ran after the thieves, assuming them to be members of this bandit group. You caught 2 of them in the process due to some good investigation from a couple of you. You found an older man and his niece, both townsfolk, who said they were members of this group, and confirmed your suspicions that the town of Breck was actually in on this bandit activity. You then confronted the mayor, a man by the name of Evan Longgrass, who I guess confessed to his crimes of committing this fraud against the people of Quildun, this region, this hold of Ishvornen, telling you that they had lied about the bandit activity and had gotten involved and embroiled in all of this bandit drama, and had been forced to pledge their loyalty to the Bandit King, even due to a lie that just kept growing bigger. You couldn't decide what you were going to do with them, or you had decided to, most of you, to let Evan live. However, that night, one of your party members, the Knoll dog, decided that he wanted to take care of the problem himself. Dog attacked, pushing his way past Jules, killing the mayor. You had it out upon the dog having taken this into his own hands and gone against the will of the group, and dog decided to leave on those terms and went walking off into the night. And that's where we left off. And so where I'd like to pick up here today is Chad and Jules. The 2 of you, the sun has just risen over the horizon, and the people of the town are already up. Given the chaos and everything that happened the night before, the shouts of alarm and panic, everybody's sort of stirred and are up and about trying to see what's going on. And you find yourselves standing outside the mayor's office, standing in front of the members of the Bounty of the Righteous, the Drow, Sir Vince Eskellion, as well as his 2 fellow guild members, Bruce and Willis, the human and the Goliath. God damn it, I can't remember. I can't believe we named them that.
Yeah, but you know what? You remembered it.
I did remember that.
I forgot about them.
Yeah. And they look tired, haggard, and they have their armor back at this point.
As Bruce and Willis are off to do.
Yeah. And Sir Vince is, I think, here's my question to you. Are you currently hiding the body of the mayor, or how open are you being with what just happened? So we can skip through the essentially any preparations you wanted to take over the last 2 hours. We're either trying to hide the crime or just tell them what's going on. We are coming in on the tail end of that. So what would the 2 of you like to do?
I don't know, because I don't think, certainly not like trying to hide the body and be like, I don't know, the mayor just left town. But I mean, Jules is probably the moral compass of these two.
Oh, we're in trouble. I think Jules would. I don't think she wants to, like, necessarily hide that he's dead. I think this is more of like a lie of omission.
Okay.
I think Jules would suggest that we tell them that the mayor got in the night by like a bounty hunter or something because of all of this bandit nonsense, and let that be a lesson to the rest of the town. But I don't think she'd try to hide that he was dead.
You're advising them that the town was in on the thing, the bandit, the mayor was in on it.
Yeah, I don't think she would lie. I think maybe she would just like leave out some of the details, like names and stuff. And I don't think she says that it was Dog.
Okay, so just leaving out the fact of who killed him, but letting him know that they're dead, and letting him know
if that is fine with Chad, then I think that she'd be as honest as she felt like she could be without causing a complete uproar.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I want to, if everybody's cool with that, so we cut forward to all of you standing on the steps here, and I think Vince has just walked out of the mayor's office, looking over after he looked at the body, shaking his head, and says, "That's rather brutal. You said the bounty hunter did this?"
We believe so, yes.
Looks like a wild dog got to him.
Really vicious and determined dog, but yes.
Well, I guess if considering his crimes, at least he had a quick death. This is a mess. All right. Well, I appreciate the help and the assistance, and especially looks down his armor and kind of straightens one of the straps on it, especially in getting this back.
You owe me 2 spears.
Oh, yes, yeah. Willis, do you have? And the Goliath lumbers up and hands him out to you. Says, "Here." Vince again, kind of furrowing his brow and rubbing some sleep from his eyes, says, "All right. We were going to be moving south after this, after we had done our investigation here, but I guess we're going to be stuck here for a bit longer. Unless you want to be involved in the process of interviewing the people in the town and conducting the investigation to find out everybody's involvement here, and the suitable punishment that will be, I'm sure, levied by the Veil Guard, I assume you probably want to be moving along fairly quickly. We'll put in our report, of course, that you were instrumental in all of this. What were your names again? I know it's the hopeful...
Hope of Vagrants.
Hope of Vagrants, yeah, that's right. And I believe it was Jules, and of course, Lord Museldorf.
Please, call him Chad.
Yes, I am not a lord, just the son of the steward.
Oh, my apologies. I assumed.
It's all right.
Okay. We'll and he's writing. He looks over to Bruce, who is taking some notes, writing some things down. Says, "All right, we'll take care of things here. If you could do me a favor, then, we were going to be moving south to begin our investigation on the ice rats next. We had a few. Well, we had somebody coming in from. Looking for the name. We had somebody coming in from Dunkloch who was going to be assisting us in our investigation. If you wouldn't mind aiding or taking them along, they should be able to help out in, I assume, the business that you're heading to do the same, or at least escorting them back to the nearest city.
Think we can manage that?
Excellent. Should be arriving here soon if he isn't here already. He's with the Pearl Road Trading Company, so should be bearing some sort of insignia. I don't know the man's name.
All right.
Looks around once again, says, "This is a mess, isn't it?" All right. Anything else? Anything we should add to our report?
Not that I can think of.
Make a deception check.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you're the one heading this right now.
No. Oh. Hang on. It's not good. Whatever
Okay.
it is.
Sounds like an 11.
10.
Very close. He doesn't. I think he gives you a look and then shakes his head and is sort of exhausted right now. I'm not going to push too much into it, but you get the impression reads a little bit more into that there's something else going on, but isn't going to push the issue.
Well, I'm much bigger than him, so he probably couldn't push me very hard.
Also true. He says, "Thank you again for all your help. We'll deal with the rest here."
Thank you. Good to have friends out here and all this.
Well, once you're back in Quildun, we'll come by the guild hall, and I'm sure our guild master would be happy to meet the. Who is the leader of your guild, by the way?
You're looking at him.
I give Chad this look.
I said them.
Oh, them.
Oh, I thought you said him.
So sort of a dual ownership. Sure. Well, I'll you can come by and meet our guild master anytime.
Great. Sounds great.
He motions to. He says, "Willis, why don't you help me with the body, and Bruce, why don't you help? I guess round up the townsfolk, and we'll start investigating." He heads back into the mayor's office.
Well, this is...
A mess.
Yeah. Are we assuming at this point that Hilda has been sucked into the crystal, or is that not happening?
No. Actually, so Hilda is walking over from the inn right now, and she has Paul behind her, and she's waving to her. She says, "So how did everything?" And in that moment, there's a flash of lightning, and you see the electricity. Who's holding the crystal right now?
Well, Mel had it.
Yeah, and then one of you took it when she was taken.
I think Hilda had it.
Okay,
Oh, wait, yeah,
so
Hilda had
a flash of lightning explodes outwards from Hilda's pack and strikes both her and Paul at the same time. And then there is you find yourself blinded for a moment, and as your eyes sort of return their vision, you just see thumping there to the ground in a clump of mud, the blue or the not the crystal, the geode that you had been carrying with you. Both Paul and Hilda vanished.
And no one comes out.
No one comes out.
Chad, we have got to get rid of that thing.
I mean, hopefully we get our friends out of it first.
Well,
but...
yeah, why are we carrying around this rock? It just keeps kidnapping people.
I mean, from my time in there, it wasn't that awful, but yeah, at this point I'm worried we're all gonna get sucked in and just be there on the side of the road.
Oh, I'll take them.
I'm going to say...
I put our friends in my pocket.
This flash happens, this crack in this flash of light. GB, I think your character sees this from inside the inn.
Okay.
What do you do?
I guess he would run out into the street because that's pretty cool. And
Okay.
so,
And Ryan,
Did you do like a combat roll? Just burst through the window. Just...
and Ryan, I'm gonna.
I see something interesting. Let's go.
Are you gonna come out behind him?
I'll be like, like just kind of like finish both our drinks and then kind of get up from the table and follow after. Yeah.
Okay. So describe. I want you both
and grab a plate of food, like just kind of like into a napkin.
As these two figures come running out into the street after this commotion. A couple of the townsfolk also gathering at their windows and at their porches to see what just happened. Do you want you first? You describe your characters. You run out the door initially to see what's going on.
As blue-green as my hair is, Aurazib's hair is like bright orange, and he's got the little beard, the little gnome beard, kind of like I have, but again, bright orange, and he's got little rose-colored glasses, and you notice that he's got big Hellboy-like hands. His hands are like in these gauntlets that are just massive, and he's got a bag, like a funky backpack that has a great club that's almost as big as him in it, and he lumps forward, and he's got little wings on his boots, and he's ostentatiously clothed, but he also has on an apron and a bunch of tools, and he's like I said, lumps forward like comically, because again, it's just like bright blue and orange and coming at you, and then he'll say something like, what was that flash and the crystal?
And so this gnome comes running out like a low-level World of Warcraft character, and from behind him, in stark contrast to the
kind of a lumbering, enormous figure, like over 7 feet tall, thick as a tree, covered in scraggly brown fur that's flecked with gray. 2 large and imposing tusks curving out right in front of it. A large elephantine creature comes out carrying a large bowl, stuffing its face with whatever food we were eating from the inn. And doesn't really have a whole lot in terms of like clothing. There's like some like scraps of cloth in here that are kind of tied around, but mostly it preserves its own modesty with its fur. But it's got like a kind of a gnarled wooden staff with it, and then like also what looks like to be an uprooted tree stump where the roots themselves seem like they've been kind of like chopped off, but like roughly so. There's still a lot of nubs on the other end. That's kind of like strapped on with a really roughly constructed hempen rope around it.
It's the Great Club Brothers.
Yeah. And who says nothing, face just full of just eating, just seems to like not really be all that interested in what's happening in the street, more about just like not letting Aurazib out of its sight.
Yeah, has a big turkey leg in one hand.
Yeah,
grease running down the side of his trunk.
Yeah,
Aurazib is all but like grabbing the crystal, like he's pointing, and then you could see he's like flexing to grab it, like how cool is that?
I'm like holding it up like just a little higher than maybe you can reach.
Careful there, friend. Our friends are in that crystal. That's what just happened.
Transmogrified? Interesting.
I suppose, Jules, is transmogrify an appropriate word for that?
I don't know. You know who would be a great person to ask that? Hilda, but she's in the rock.
You've got this smart headband thing.
It's not a dictionary.
It's magical, is what he says.
Yes, very.
Do you think, or is it that you are wearing a? Do you think you have anything on you of your guild that might
Yeah, I probably would. Either like a torque or a pendant, like some kind of like almost like a police badge, but I would wear it on a chain around my neck. Probably a silver chain, and then it's got the logo of the Pearl Road Trading Company.
Yeah, and I think you, Chad, I think you would recognize the symbol upon seeing it because of the business that you've done. Actually, Jules, you probably would too, because they probably deliver stuff. You probably take shipments to your bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think both of you would recognize the symbol. They're the biggest trader in Ishvornen. So you would have done business with them at some point.
Should we say what we look like? For
Yeah,
GV?
might as well help. That might help.
Thank you.
You first.
I am pulling up my description. Jules is not as tall as your friend, but pretty tall. She's about 6'2". She's a genasi. So light blue skin. She's got long white hair that's shaved on one side. She's super cool. I don't know. She has lots of like piercings, her septum's pierced, her eyebrows pierced, lots of like kind of mismatched jewelry and everything. And 2 holy symbols hanging around her neck, one in front of the other one, and she's wearing this like heavy plate armor and carrying a mace and a few spears and a shield. And but yeah, she's real tall and
Air or water genasi?
Water. We it's technically an
Ice
only thing that
genasi.
we did. So yeah, she's an ice genasi,
sweet.
but closest to a water genasi.
Okay.
She's real tall.
And then, yeah, Chad is. I forget. We've never come down on where his horns reach to, so not quite as tall as Jules. I think I have his height as. Where is it? It's not there. Wait, there it was. He's 5'7", but the horns go up more. He's a tiefling. So red skin, pure yellow eyes, got the tail and the hoofsies, is also wearing plate armor, but I think most noticeably has like a bajillion weapons strapped to him, and not just like 1,000 daggers, which he has a few of those, and some hand axes. He's got a greatsword, he's got a pike, and he's got this great axe, but it is crystalline axe head with kind of a bone haft to it.
Nice. Very metal.
So, are you the traders?
That's us.
Great. You're supposed to come with us.
Well, let's be on the way. And that I'm supposing I'm never going to get to touch, right? Pointing at the crystal.
Maybe later.
All right. Bye.
Okay.
Right. I'm Jules. That's Chad.
Orazib and Barumba.
I am Baramba.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. And he's like ready to walk.
Oh, that was easy.
Where are we going?
Back over to the inn to get our horses and wagon, and then we can head out.
A wagon. Great. And move along.
Your head husks are so cute. Book.
I guess so.
What am I talking about? I know about nature. I know there's horns. I know what horns. Never mind. I've seen them before.
It was language. It was a language barrier.
Yeah, language barrier. What am I doing? Okay. All right.
All right.
Taking the training wheels off.
So you guys, you gather up your things. An elephant, a tiefling, a gnome, and an ice genasi walk into a bar. They grab their stuff and they leave. So you saddle up your wagon, the motley crew that you are. We can fill in a little bit of stuff because we didn't really if you guys are going to sort of divulge your reasons for being there, and because we didn't really have a whole lot of time to talk about it beforehand with GB and Ryan, but you were sent, or Orzib was sent by the Pearl Road Trading Company to who has been plagued by these ice rat attacks and halting trade activity, has been sent to assist in dealing with the problem. And so, Orzib, you were sent to meet with the Bounty of the Righteous, but plans have changed. And Barumba, I have no idea why you're here.
Just here to taste the spices of life.
Yeah. Which I imagine that you neither one of you or any of you have really seen or had so much many encounters with creatures like Barumba. They are I don't know if either one of you would even know much about their clan, but you have heard about a there's a word that I'm looking for, not nomadic, with very isolated tribes of these mammoth-like creatures, mammoth-like people, known as the Boslan, far to the north. Anyway, well, all that exposition done, and so we're all on the same page. You load up the wagon, your horses, and start moving out of the town, realizing quickly they're going to have a hard time pulling Barumba, but eventually the wagon gets going.
Sorry. The world fully enriched, let us move forth. Let's go.
So, you are heading south. If we're on the map here, one of the lovely little doodles you guys have added to this, you guys are currently at this little doodle.
Okay.
And heading south to this little doodle.
All right.
So,
As we leave, town and it's no longer inside, I pull out the bag of tricks. They have enough. They have enough stuff to deal with. They don't need the magic animals coming out to play.
Giant elk.
Not quite. Let's see. We've got a badger. We've got a panther, and we've got a dire wolf.
Yay!
Okay. As shortly after leaving the city, Chad draws forth a bag. There is a crack of thunder and lightning in the distance. And you feel that you have angered the gods. However, tapping into this forbidden power, you summon 3 little fuzzy balls, which you toss to the ground, and 3 little critters are summoned forth. So you said badger,
panther, and dire wolf.
Badger, panther, and dire wolf. Okay. One day I just want you to do like 3 weasels. Is all I ask for.
And then someday we're gonna get 3 giant elks.
Gina's 1, 2, and 3.
Are these these are the creatures are not just beasts? They're magical.
Yeah.
Kind of Patronus style things, or what are they like? They look like real.
Once they are formed, they look real. I mean, they're hard to distinguish from other creatures. I say the only difference that you get is upon close examination, their fur is just a little fluffier than you would imagine. They almost look like taxidermied upon very close inspection.
Instagram animals. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you begin riding south. It's going to be a little ways till you get to your destination, but you're on flatlands. It's not going to be hard going, so you're going to make good time. Anything you'd like to do along the way? Otherwise, I'm going to cut you to your long rest since I cheated you out of that last time.
At some point, I guess we would bring up the whole 5-finger pouches or whatever. the fanny packs that you had before, and Orazib is like, "We'll put that back in place," and goes and clips a little badge thing on everybody's pouch, and then hits a button, and it kind of, and then the pouches all kind of glow for a second, and then they're all, you put your hand in one and you can pull something out of the other, and then somebody had a weapon they needed.
I had the armor bonus.
Oh, okay. So again, he takes what looks like kind of like a police shield badge thing, and he clips it on the normal armor, and then it kind of goes, just a sudden flash kind of covering, and it's buffed. Was that it?
I think that's all we had that was
so.
standing before, yeah.
Okay. I'll mark them on my sheet that those are my 2 infusions for currently.
Okay. Just across the journey, just Barumba is putting just random things in the pouch, like pretty leaves and snowballs and maybe like a string of berries, that sort of thing. But don't eat those berries. They're not the kind of eat. They just have a nice color.
Not good berries. Bad berries.
Just wants to share them.
Very bad berries.
When he's not looking, I take the snowball out.
All right. You have all your magic goodies back. While everybody's traveling, and you can see to the south of you, so you're heading across, like I said, the flatlands. And there's some patches of trees and small groves to either side, and it's very cold today. And you've been noticing this a little bit over time. You spent the last 2 weeks indoors and kind of in a city. We're kind of I guess sheltered from a lot of this, but winter is slowly approaching, and it's beginning to be a little more overcast. The cloud cover's a little more dense. There's less sunlight throughout the day, and it's getting very sort of biting cold. Maybe not as noticeable to some of you, particularly Jules and Barumba. I imagine a little more accustomed to it. Chad, you're hot-blooded by nature, so you're probably fine. And Orzib's got 20 pounds of gear that he's carrying, so I'm sure he's sweating a lot.
So we're all fine.
You're all fine.
Is what you're saying.
No mechanical difficulties you have, but it is.
Unfortunately, the magical animals have frozen to death.
Yeah, they all died. These are actually tropical.
Oh, yes,
Tropical
the tropical badger.
What a shame. What a shame. Nice, though, sometimes.
Oh, serendipity.
But you can see there's the ice forming along some of the ground around you on the either side of the road that you're currently traveling on, where the dew is collected and then frozen over. No major snowfall yet, but a few patches from dustings that have occurred over the past couple weeks. And to the south of you, you can see the hillsides that you are heading towards, where you know that the ice rats, these rivers that lead up from the coastline or come down towards the coastline are frequented, and where the ice rats maintain their hovel. But you continue south nonetheless. I'd like everyone to make perception checks, unless there's a reason why you wouldn't.
I'm gonna roll 2.
Okay.
If there's any smell involved, I do get advantage.
Good to know. With your big old nose.
Yeah. I don't know which. Okay, I guess it doesn't. Hold on. I can't do that. I should have rolled them one at a time, because I rolled them at the same time. I don't know which one was my first one. So.
I'll just say that that's your whatever you just rolled there could be your perception, your smell.
Okay. All right. So 20. I can't do math. 23.
Okay. For your baseline.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your smell check?
Well, I'm
Would
going
it
to
be
say
less
that
than that?
it was, let's just say it was less than that for the non.
So we'll just say 23 then.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'll roll them one at a time next time.
I understand what's going on now. Okay. I'm on board.
I don't want to project that there has to be a smell involved, I guess.
Yeah.
Next time, do you want me to say, like, if there's a smell involved, do you want me to roll advantage or just like roll one die and then you ask for it if it matters?
I'll ask for it if it matters. We'll do
Okay,
it that
cool.
way.
Perfect.
Chad,
15.
Jules,
8.
or is it? I think you're muted.
11.
Your hand.
Yeah, that did scare me for a second. 11. Okay. So you all keep as good of a lookout as you can as you're traveling south, and like I said, the sun begins to set fairly quickly. Barumba.
Mhm.
That name is fun to say. Barumba, you have you don't see anything, but you do, I will say, in this case, you do pick up a smell on the breeze. You're beginning to catching that kind of that acrid, that salty smell from the ocean that you were steadily approaching, from that ocean breeze coming up from the south. But there's another smell that you catch on the wind. That's not as pleasant. Sort of a sulfurous smell.
Is there any natural occurrence that I would naturally, or that I would assume first before other worldly, like possible explanations for a sulfuric smell in this part of the country?
No, I make a nature check.
Okay. Oh, that's real good. 23, actually, same roll.
Yeah, so you would know, while there are some hot springs and other sort of natural formations that would have kind of a sulfur smell to them, there are none near here that you are aware of. Most of them are more towards the north, to the mountains.
Let's see now. Okay. Sorry, it's easier when you have your personality figured out how to respond to this. But like, okay. Pardon, everyone. Something smells a bit off. You aren't being pursued by devils or anything. Nothing like demons that are trying to get you or anything.
I think you just see Chad kind of go, he's not even out of the crystal right now.
We got rid of the scrying thing. All right. Full disclosure. Yes.
There's either there is a devil that is following us at a certain distance, or somebody really let one go.
As much as I would love for it to be the second one. Yeah, devils are kind of a thing around us.
But we thought we fixed that problem. Don't know why they're showing back up now.
Can I from the way the wind is blowing, can I get a general direction?
Yeah, I think
there is a breeze.
Yeah. Currently, the wind is blowing north to south.
Okay.
No, south to north. It's blowing in the opposite direction.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like whatever it is might be ahead of you some distance.
Okay. Well, I don't know what your problem is, but it is whatever it is, it's right ahead. So I guess do whatever it is. I don't know. Do you owe money or?
It's a long story.
Oh, such a pity we don't have time to hear it. But let's get to the part where we decide what we're going to do next.
Should I stop? I stopped the wagon.
Okay, bring the wagon to a halt.
Just
If it's
one
the
day,
same.
one day without.
Yeah.
A devil.
Oh,
Now, is this relationship that you have with him? Is this a bit? Is this sort of a contentious relationship that you have with him? Or?
so far, yes.
Okay, all right. Like then Perfect like equips the stump shield.
Well, this thing presumably is waiting for us. I don't know if we can try to sneak around it or. I mean, feeling a bit better than I did the last time we fought one of these creatures. Maybe we can give it more of a run for its money this time.
Do you think it's the same one?
Couldn't tell you.
Damn it, I wish we had Panga.
What is Panga?
He's like a bird friend that flies around and sees things.
Oh,
But
you need a bird thing that flies around and sees things?
because he could fly up there and tell us what it is. And I wouldn't just have to walk up there, but he's also in the scary lightning rock, I assume.
Would that help you at all to know what this thing is ahead? So we can...
If you can manage that, I think that would be very useful.
I can fly, but they'll see me.
You can fly.
I got it. Don't worry, everyone. Just relax, calm down, keep calm. I'll be back in a unit of time.
Okay.
And, I'll wild shape into a night owl.
Okay. So suddenly Barumba's massive form.
Is it night?
It is. The sun is setting.
Okay, yeah.
It's
then I'll
not
stick with that.
as far as time of the day. Probably mid-afternoon.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I'll go small.
Okay.
But yeah.
all right. Barumba's form sort of contorts and shifts, and in a flash, he is shrunk down to a small, darkly colored owl.
Sure.
Kind of looks a lot like Panger's owl form, I'd imagine. Kind of flutters up, landing on the side of the wagon for a moment, and then you're heading off in the direction that you smelled the sulfur
With a salute of the wing. Then
Well, that's something I
Okay.
haven't seen in a long time. Or as if you can fly.
Yeah, and he like wings back in the seat of the wagon and shows you his boots, and he points at him, and he's like, "Magic!" and he wiggles his feet,
Fascinating.
and then he goes, "Well, I have this prototype wand. What is this devil thing immune to anything like fire or whatnot? Because I need to set this to."
If it's the same one as before, I believe it was resistant to fire and lightning. Also, those are very illegal here, unless it's actually a wand and not a gun.
It is a prototype wand.
Okay.
It literally will fire magic.
Okay, because guns were a thing in this setting, but they are very heavily controlled.
Oh, well then he accidentally made it look like a gun. And then when you say that, he's like, "Ray of Frost it is." And puts it back in its holster. So his prototype wand will now be shooting Ray of Frost as a cantrip.
I'm trying to remember if it was also resistant to ice. I don't think I took
Lightning was the only one I remembered, and I remember that.
I think it was
Because
lightning
it almost
and
killed all of us.
yeah, and maybe fire, or was that the ice devil?
We'll find out.
we will find out.
I'm leaving
We
this.
had
Don't do
Mel's
lightning.
key mind here.
Yeah. Aha. Okay. So Barumba in owl form, you go sailing off, skirting over the hillsides in the direction of the smell. Make another perception check.
Okay.
I think you still have advantage on as an owl.
Good question. I think I'm maintaining all my. I mean, well, I guess it's up to you.
Well, I think you get to roll using your own wisdom.
Yeah.
Or you get your proficiencies, but I think owls have proficient on like visual
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if they have any.
If only Hilda were here.
They do have keen. They have keen sight.
Yeah. So you roll with your own modifier, and
Those are Garbo rolls, but I have a pretty ballin' bonus. So that's going to be 17.
17. Okay. As you sail forward, you don't see anything moving in the distance. No signs of anything crouching or hiding in any of the grass or behind any rocks or anything like that. But as you come over one of these rolling hillsides, you do see a bit of carnage over the hill. It looks like there is a wagon that has been like shattered. Piece of it kind of split in half, one side half on either side of the road here. It is stained or charred black around the fracture, indicating something probably burned its way through or up the center of this cart, causing the fracture. The two sides look like they've been dragged to either side of the road, and you don't see any bodies, but you do see what looks like blood stains in the dirt.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just I'll land on the R cart side of the carnage, and I can't remember. We don't have like a telephone or anything that we can.
No.
Nothing like that set up. Okay.
No, you left your pager at home.
All right, I'll just land kind of at the edge of it, and then I'm going to kind of produce flame and just kind of like throw like a flare up into the air.
Okay, so you transform back into your human or your
yeah, I'm gonna transform back
form. And yeah, you all see just this streak of light, this fire like flare that kind of crests up over the hillside, then disappears out of sight.
Well, either Barumba found something or he is very dead up there.
Either way, we should probably go check it out.
Maybe it's a warning flare to battle. And he pulls his club out.
Right,
Everyone's
just
so
in case.
blasé about my potential death.
We met you like 5 hours ago.
I'm likable though.
Alright. Let's go.
All right, you guys come riding over the hillside, and you can see the same carnage, and you see Barumba standing between you and it, amidst the shattered wagon.
Oh, good. You're not dead.
Oh no! I'm very much alive.
Okay, well, this looks like fire, and so unless that was from, lightning burns, I imagine this is yet another kind of fiend that did this, if the sulfur is, an indicator.
And yeah, I'll say as you guys are standing here, you're all getting that sulfurous kind of tinge to the air.
Can I do an arcana to figure out if it was a spell and or what kind?
Yes, you can.
16 and...
Oh no, can you?
Don't make me get out the drumsticks. Dirty 20 or synthetic 20, whatever the term is.
Dirty 20
We
is
do dirty 20.
Yeah, we do dirty 20. Perfect. You look over it. This definitely looks like it was caused by some sort of spell. Fractured this wagon, and you would guess it was not fire that that caused these burns. It was probably some form of highly charged electricity.
But what could cause that?
Electricity. Points at the edges where they're charred and stuff.
Shit.
Well, if this is the creature we think it is, it nearly killed us last time we ran into it.
It did.
Have a name?
Or someone in the party figured out what it was? I know, Sean, you started using what the...
Yeah, I think that somebody
Oh.
did. I'm almost positive that somebody did.
Oh, Cephalus.
It was an it was an Orabas devil.
Oh, that one.
A demon horse thing that uses lightning.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
right.
a bipedal horse-like fiend or devil, wears armor, carries a big flail.
The horseman walks on 2 legs. Is very
Walks on
frightening.
2 legs, has sort of human-like.
But which 2 legs?
Just doing hand.
One of those is much less scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, until the lightning starts. What was that?
Oh no.
From which end? Oh wait, I forgot what the question is. So whatever I was looking for is good now. It is he found whatever it needed from this god. And actually, I'm supposed to be. That's not right. I should be more concerned about the blood. Sorry, figure this out. I think when everyone gets there, I feel like confident enough to like venture forth and like kind of investigate the blood and try to like see if I can find out where the bodies went.
All right, make an investigation check.
Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of
Or survival
my
would work
sea
too.
legs. Survival.
Yeah.
It's 19.
19. Okay. So you begin tracking that. Is anybody else?
As survival, it's 19.
Yes.
Much
Okay.
less investigation.
Or Zib will start looking at the remains of the wagon and seeing if there's any salvageable parts.
Okay. You can make an investigation check. Jules and check.
Oops. Okay. Try that again. There.
Don't think I'm any good at any of the skills that would be useful here.
Chad, you watch.
Yeah. Okay. TV.
Can I
Yeah.
look and see if like the thing itself left any tracks?
Yes, you can. You can also make a survival check for different reasons. Okay. So, Orza, what'd you roll?
27
Jeez.
or 22. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic, so
Okay.
I sometimes I'll just call out the numbers and help me if you can.
That's totally fine. Either way, that's a killer roll. Okay, so you start looking over the wreckage and kind of going through the parts, and there are some bits of debris and things down here that you're finding pieces of whatever this wagon might have been like carrying in it. Mostly it's small bits of like scrap metal, small remnants of like a charred sack or something that probably had some other supplies in it, grains or other foodstuffs. So I'd say there isn't anything like usable in the pieces like on its own, but you do find some bits of wood, bits of metal, maybe a little bit of rope, that some salvageable materials you could make something out of or do something with if you were so inclined.
And to tinkering supplies or whatever.
Yeah, and due to the nature of the brake, there are 4 working wheels on this wagon. They're just not all together.
Perfect.
Okay, so Jules and Barumba. Barumba, what was your roll again?
Actually, can I ignore that? I just want to cast a spell that I've always wanted to cast.
Sure.
All right. Can I speak with plants?
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you can. Jules, what'd you
Okay.
roll? What'd you roll?
Oh, what did I actually? Oh,
No. I just want to get Jules' roll too while I was thinking about it.
27.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So 27. All right. Trying to figure out the order of operations here.
What accent do trees have?
I don't really want to give them a voice.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Yeah. So, Barumba, you cast Speak with Plants. Can you just pop that in the chat for me?
I could ritually cast it, but I just wanted to get this show on the road. I want to hear you do that voice.
Because it's 10 minutes that I could manufacture something to come ambush you. Ambush.
Hey, a second. Where'd it go? I did it to the GM. Why?
Yeah, I think your rolls are set to whisper right now. You might want to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you glance at limited sentience and animation. Jesus Christ, it's like cartoon land. Okay, you can question plans about events in the spell's area within the past day. Get information. Okay. So just on like the grass around you?
Well, are there no like trees around, or is it just grass?
I'd say the grass is closest. There is there are like one or two trees like 30 or 40 yards away from here, within line of sight, I guess.
I'm trying to think. We'll start with the grass. We're gonna go through all of the plant kingdom. We'll start with the grass for today.
All right. Grass voice.
All right,
Okay. So you cast the spell inside the incantations, and you look down and you see the grass kind of begins to sort of shift a little bit, though there is no breeze, and it kind of waves back and forth.
Hello.
You hear a voice like a symphony of voices all at once.
Is it a reedy voice?
Yes, all speaking together in unison. That speaks out to you. Hello?
Could you tell me what happened here?
The grass sort of like quivers for a moment, like with fear, and says, Death happened here.
What brought this death?
An evil being, not of this world.
Who died?
3 poor souls.
Where did they go?
Not far from here.
Can you guide me?
And kind of the grass sort of shifts for a moment, and you see it sort of part, forming sort of like a line in front of you. That it kind of gives a general direction. Now, I view the plants. I'm trying to decide whether that 30 feet is just like around you, where things are coming to life and then dying as you move.
I have consciousness. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say.
Did you walk by? Just like I say, there's 30 feet like radius around me. Just I imbue anxiety and into creatures, and they're like, "Oh, sweet ignorance." When I walk away.
Yeah, I would say it's just the 30 feet for right now. So it doesn't travel with you, but there's like it gives you a direction.
Cool. All right.
Jules, this kind of ties in. You're looking for tracks. 27.
Yep.
You do find a little bit off the road. There is there are some impressions in the ground, circular tracks, not of boots or any type. It looks like horse hooves.
But 2 at a time.
Yes.
It went this way.
And you can see the tracks in the direction that they are heading as well. Looks like they kind of come towards the road a bit, and then they head back in the opposite direction, sort of in the same direction the grass is pointing. Rumba.
Well, it seems that whatever happened here, the poor souls are already gone. Now we can meet our justice if you like, or carry on our way. Makes little difference to me.
Well, I'd hate this to happen to somebody else, but at the same time, we got a job to do.
Yes, this thing clearly came back because when it attacked us before, it left via an interplanar portal. I assume I think that's what it was, but it came back, presumably after us, which means it's going to keep coming.
We're only alive because it decided to leave.
So this isn't your fight, you two, but as you were saying, if you want to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else, then we could use all the help we can get.
Well, I've got a new tool I want to try, so let's go.
Just kind of crouches down, pets the grass. All right, well, if that's the way it's going to be, then we better get a move on. It has quite the head start on us.
Have we taken a long rest?
No?
We can do this. We have to be very, very careful. I am not at full capacity.
Me as well. We don't have anyone who can do Liamin's tiny hut, so we can rest up.
Nope, you're gonna have to camp the old-fashioned way.
The horror of horrors.
So, do you want to follow the tracks or rest first?
This thing kicked our ass before when we were rested. We're not going to have much of a chance now, so we need to be at full strength if we want to go after it.
Okay.
I agree. We can camp nearby and I guess keep an eye out, but there's a high chance if we don't follow it now, then it's going to be gone. But I'm sure it will come for us and try to finish the job, so.
Yes. I mean, I don't want to get too meta, but as a short rest fighter, I'm almost at full capacity, so I don't know how many spell slots you're down.
I'm down like half my spells. I have nothing left on that holy symbol that I have either.
Yeah.
So
resting is probably prudent.
I did a lot of healing last time we fought this thing.
Yeah. We have a lot of healing again. You do now.
So you want to sit down for a long rest? Let some of you sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you head back towards the wagon and pulled off to the side of the road. Dig your tents out and your sleeping rolls, your bed rolls. Probably haven't used much lately. And make a small fire even, and prepare yourselves to camp for the evening. Who wants to keep watch?
I will take a shift.
Okay. So let's just do this, assuming that everybody takes a shift throughout the night. Everybody just roll me a perception check, and I'll just get the call outs.
Okay.
Well, that's great. Got a 1.
Cool.
That D20 is on timeout.
19.
15.
25.
All right.
Because I rolled a natural 20.
So the evening passes. Occasionally, you'll get a. It's incredibly dark. I mean, one of the darkest nights that most of you have camped out, with it being this close to winter, the cloud cover blocking out the stars, the moon. You're not getting any residual light from that. All you have is this light from the campfire, and everything is just perfect darkness beyond that. Not seeing more than 20 or 30 feet out. Occasionally playing tricks on your peripheral vision. I think especially Chad, occasionally during your watch, you'll be think you see something glowing out in the distance, like two eyes of this creature that you've seen before. But eventually, you'll after staring close enough at it, they seem to vanish into the night. You're not even sure whether it's real, but nothing approaches in those moments. The rest of you resting, you can hear the shifting of grass out in the distance and the breeze carried up from the south. However, after what feels like an eternity, you do begin to see some light emerging in the distance, the sign that the sun is about to rise. Yet even then, it's you've had a long rest by that point. The sun has not fully risen, but it's been long enough for all of you to have had a full rest. So still under the partial cover of darkness, you pack up your tent, or your campsite, step out the fire, and are ready to go.
Do fiends even sleep? Is there a chance we can sneak up on this while it's resting?
Do fiends dream of demonic sheep?
Do any of us know this?
I mean, could I try a history check as a combination of being a tiefling and any tutoring I might have had?
Sure.
I'm holy, do I know?
You can make a check too.
Excuse
That's pretty good. That's a 21.
me. What'd it
Jeez.
do?
Okay.
I mean, I'm proficient in history.
History, religion, arcana.
Okay.
I rolled a 23. Really?
Okay. 21.
12 Arcana.
12. Okay. Yeah, I think Chad and Jules, with your sort of natural, well, Chad with your training, and Jules with some combination of your circlet and your book learning. I think as far as whether fiends sleep, I guess it would depend on the nature of the fiend. Some might, some might not. As far as this fiend in particularly, it's very powerful. But I don't think you have any indication, any reason to believe that it wouldn't need to sleep at some point.
Maybe.
Well, although you and I are not very good at sneaking, so we'll have our work cut out for us if it is asleep.
You're not very good at sneaking around or anything.
Bangs the plate armor.
Or look at this thick boy over here. I know these struggles very well. But perhaps there's something I can do about that. And I cast Pass Without a Trace on the group.
Old standard. Okay, cast Pass Without Trace, and you all get plus a bajillion to your rolls. Looking forward to seeing these numbers.
There's still going to be like 14.
So everybody can, we'll go and make stealth checks and all that.
Okay. I probably should not be myself when I do this.
I mean, good thing for the spell. That brings me up to a 16.
I rolled a 19.
I'm gonna wild shape into a dire wolf to do this.
Nice. Okay.
All right, new bag of tricks.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Here we go.
Oh.
Whew, it's a good thing I did, because that's a crap roll. 18 for me.
Let's see. The new animals are a giant rat, a giant badger, and the giant elk.
During a stealth mission.
Can they be more giant, perhaps?
So
Oh, thank you very much. Okay.
Barumba, what was your roll again?
Barumbra is pleased. 18.
18. Okay.
I got a 6, but direwolves have a +2 to dex, unlike Barumba.
19.
And all of the animals.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I'm opening up their sheets. Because typically we split up, let one person takes each one.
Yeah. We'll get that in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
I can look up the elk real quick.
They're all if you look at the Bag of Tricks handout in
Yeah.
character sheets, that all the sheets should be there.
Okay, +3 for the elk.
Giant rat gets a 14 stealth.
What was the other one?
Giant badger.
Badger.
With the pass without a trace, the elk gets a 21.
Right. The giant rat would then have 24.
Oh,
Okay.
Badger.
21, 24. All right.
15 for the badger.
Okay. All right.
Did not do that.
Very wide array of checks. Sure, nothing's gonna see this massive group that is skulking through the underbrush. So you
Freaking cast a Snow White and creep into the woods.
yeah. So you still know the direction that you need to head. Jules, you didn't lose the tracks overnight. No
Right.
rainfall or anything like that would cause you to lose them.
Right.
And Broba, you know the bodies were also taken in this direction. So the 4, 5, 6, 7 of you now quietly trotting along the frigid earth in the direction that you've been pointed. As you follow this way, Jules, you see, I assume you're leaving the wagon behind you right now, like towards the road.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head off road, there is this hillside begins to kind of slope down into a sort of a valley where there is a small kind of rock face, like these two sections of earth have kind of risen up, forming this hillside, but this like hidden alcove almost on the other side of this hill, that which you wouldn't have seen unless you had been heading in the direction or taking as much interest in the surrounding area as you are. And you follow these hoof prints in the earth down into this little glade here, and near the edge of this rock wall. And it's just sort of the smooth structure wall in front of you, or rough stone, but no ingresses as far as you can tell. However, it's down here that the four of you find the bodies of the individuals that were heading this wagon, or what remains of them. As it appears that the bodies have been pulled apart, and their limbs arranged in a strange fashion. There's blood stains across the ground, and you can see these intersecting lines of blood kind of spread across the stone, and the arms and legs of these individuals looks like to be human, probably 3 middle, like early to middle-aged human men that are propped up and arranged at these the apexes of these lines, forming some strange symbol upon the ground.
Is the symbol an infernal or not quite?
It has an infernal, I think you recognize this as having some infernal origins to it, though you might not be immediately familiar with this. You could make an Arcana check if you were so inclined.
I can try. Not as good at that as history. That's a 0.
It's gross looking.
Yep.
Does it have any kind of like religious connotation, like in iconography or anything, or?
Yeah, you could make a religion check.
$21.
Okay. You have the same instinct that Chad does, that this is related to fiendish creatures. It does have an infernal nature. You have some sort of memory, whether it's from something you read or something you were taught by your mother or somebody else along the way. Imagine you've done some studies of the depths at some point in learning the sort of prison of evil creatures that the Six had constructed. And given the connotation or the context of finding this, you do know that this has some connection with the Sepulchre of Eternal Fire. But particularly, you know that this is... You've heard of symbols used like this in occult rituals, used to communicate with and or even summon creatures from that domain.
You inform us of this?
Yes. Immediately.
So this is all a bad thing, right?
Very.
All right. Ba-boom, thunder wave it.
Okay. You cast Thunderwave, which obliterates the symbol across the ground, just shattering it, and the pieces scattered to all sides. The rock face in front of you also fractured, and it breaks away as well. But something strange happens. A lot of the rocks kind of break away, except for one portion of the rocks in front of you, about a 5 foot wide by 6 foot tall section of it that is totally untouched. Doesn't respond to the spell at all.
That's peculiar. Start studying it.
Make an intelligence check.
All right. Oof. Dice failing me now. Not a save, just a check.
Or investigation would actually
Investigation. Okay.
appropriate.
Plus 7. 10 plus 17. 10 plus 7, 17. Yeah.
17. With 17, you can't quite tell what it is upon looking at it. But yeah, upon close inspection, it just looks totally untouched, unscathed by the spell, while the rest of the surrounding rock face is cracked and broken and pieces falling away.
Oh, that's weird. And he backs up.
Is it a magic rock, or
I
what do you think?
Can't tell. Got nothing. And he folds his arms.
with his huge giant hands like sticking out.
It's wolf form, just kind of pacing around at the perimeter.
About how tall was the Oribus?
About 6 feet.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the orbit here. Sorry, I thought you meant the rock. My bad.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Can. So you cast Detect Magic on that section of the wall in front of you is outlined in magic.
Oh. Okay.
Specifically, if you focus on it, illusion.
I go, oh, interesting. I'm dumb.
Just imagine like Blue's Clues, like looking for like the blue paw print somewhere in the screen. It's like, what? Where?
But yeah,
Over here?
specifically, it looks like there's some sort of illusion magic to this portion of the wall.
Oh. Fake rock.
Well,
Like fake rock as in it's something else, or fake rock as in it's not really there?
Well, I don't know. How do illusions work?
we can find out, and Chad's gonna pull out the returning javelin and just very quickly, like, looking at Jules, is this a bad idea? You know, very clearly about to throw it at the rock.
I think Jules just kind of shrugs, like, ooh.
Okay, I just chuck the returning javelin at the rock wall as hard as I can to see if it passes through.
That's how we deal with things that our smart party members aren't here.
You hurl it, and it passes straight through.
Well, there you go.
You
Smell
hear
that.
a king a little bit later, and then it appears right back in your hand.
That was easy.
So the real question is, why is there an illusory rock in the middle of all this?
To keep a tunnel hidden. Or Zib will start walking towards the rock face.
Fair enough. I'll go with him.
Big gauntleted hand through.
Just one last note before we go in. This thing was a fan of using lightning that chained from one to the next, so I don't imagine we'll have a lot of room if it is a cave system in there, but maybe try to stay spread out.
Oh. All right. He looks back. Big people up front. And then he like sticks to the wall to let people by.
All right, so you're spreading out a little bit.
Or trying to as much as we can.
All right. So one by one, you all push your way through this illusory rock. You feel no resistance, no change as you do, and as you all step through it, you sort of, the illusion is made clear to you, and you can find yourself seeing through this ghostly image that's sort of been projected here. And as you step
clipped
in,
through the environment.
yeah, you clip through the environment, and then you just start falling.
Into an
Not
You
ocean.
feel all the terrain above you stretching
Yeah.
out to either side, and you need to reset your. God, you guys haven't quick saved in so long. It's gonna
Oh
way
no.
back now.
Does it
I don't
not
think-
autosave when we rest?
No, and you guys have never told me you saved your game. So,
I saved
all
the
right,
game.
you guys are back in Glassnock. We're starting over.
I don't even exist.
I've been on
Go through the whole dialogue again.
everything. Anyway, no, you step through the rock, and immediately on the other side, you come into a downward sloping cavern. It's not particularly large as far as you can tell the scale. I mean, it goes about up where you expect to about 10 feet below, where you'd expect these kind of two hillsides were coming together. It looks like it extends about 50 feet ahead of you, and either wall on either side of you, though they kind of both like slant and taper downwards. They go maybe that same distance, into maybe sort of an oval like chamber within here. There are thick pillars or columns, stalactites coming down from the ceiling that connect with the ground and sort of supporting this whole structure. And it's very dark and damp within here, with a little bit of water from any sort of melted ice accumulating, coming downwards. But the chill in here is as strong as it is outside, and you can see some icicles also forming along the ceiling. It is quiet as you step inside. You also notice along the ground, you can see a little bit of blood from that ritual outside has flowed in here with some of the melting water. creating some streaks of blood leading down from the illusory rock.
And is there, so 50 feet ahead, is there any kind of tunnel going ahead, or is it just a big oval chamber?
As far as you can tell, it looks like a large chamber. You can't see all of it at once because there's a lot of visual impairment with all these rocks coming down. It's not like a cleared out space. It's a large space, but you don't see any other tunnels leading out from it.
Are we still under our stealth checks from earlier, or
Yes.
should we reroll? Okay.
No. We'll roll those forward.
Okay.
Who can see in the dark?
I can. I'm also just realizing the giant elk probably can't squeeze through.
That's gonna be a tight fit.
Not if we chop their antlers off.
Could kill them first, yes.
But then we don't get it back.
Oh
I
no.
think maybe Gina stays outside.
Yeah.
I'll just detect magic last.
Guard the exit, Gina.
Or maybe guard the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna tell Gina the giant elk to go back to our wagon and keep it safe.
Just gonna flirt with the horses.
Yeah. Right.
Of course.
The beast and Gina are gonna get along great.
Yay!
Oh jeez. Some weird magical hybrid. I want to know. Anyway.
I'll write the fan fiction. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'll do the work.
Not all the time for that.
I have detect magic for 10 minutes. So is there
Okay.
any more magic?
What's the radius on that again with detect
It's
magic?
like so many.
I don't feel like it's very
You-
far.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I'm pulling up. It's like 30 feet.
Okay. Nothing other than the magic that you have already been detecting around you so far. Magical items that you guys are carrying in the illusion behind you. However, as you step into the cavern and begin to sort of push your way around, elk, there is there's a definite chill and kind of a whistling from the exit as the wind picks up. And then there is a voice beamed into all of your minds, very similarly to the way this happened before. You hear the voice of the Orabus that you had heard previously. And it says, I was wondering how far behind me you were. It's good to know I did not have to wait long.
Well, if you come out from hiding, we'll let you know exactly how far behind you we are, and then we'll stab you from there.
I fear this was all a grave misunderstanding. I'll stay right where I'm at until this is sorted out. See, I had no intention of hurting any of you in our prior engagement.
Well, you fucked up.
I was compelled by forces greater than myself to do so. For that, you have my sincerest apology. I've noticed the one that I was sent to pursue is gone. The terms of my contract have been fulfilled. But still, I wish to perhaps strike up a dialogue between us so that we may mend these past transgressions.
I rolled a 25 perception, just sniffing around, see if I can see smell where the voice is coming from. 'Cause
Okay.
I assume that they're hiding in a fake rock or something like that, or they're invisible. Or either way, I'm just trying to sniff them out.
Okay. You do with that roll. You kind of sniff around. You do get that pungent odor of sulfur in the air, indicating there's definitely a fiendish creature within here. However, you also, from what you're smelling, you don't get a specific location. You're smelling that a sulfurous aura emanating from multiple locations in the room.
Oh no. Dutch oven. All right. I can't communicate that in wolf form.
Do you have that 24? Was that just, what was your like non-smell based check?
Well, that was my roll.
That was your first
It was a 18 plus or 17 plus
okay.
plus 8 for my perception. I get advantage as being a wolf, but that was my highest roll anyway. So
gotcha. So what I'm going to say also that you notice without smell is that you do see a few figures in the shadows, sitting low and quiet, but you make them out through a slight reddish glow that comes from their bodies. You see a couple of dog or wolf-like creatures, bodies black, almost look like stone as they lie against the ground, but calmly waiting out in the shadows.
Okay. Razib, have we been traveling long enough for me to know if you have the ability to like telepath stuff?
I would say you have never seen me do
Never
that.
seen you do that. Okay. All right. Cool.
I have patched you up or repaired people and machines mostly.
Okay.
And a few times, like cured blindness and whatnot. But
okay,
most of my stuff is either putting down a mechanical turret that throws flame or magic, or that kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. I don't have enough to go on to initiate anything yet, so I'm gonna bide my time for right now.
What kind of dialogue were you thinking of? The kind you struck up with those people who are now decorating the front of your cave?
Again, an unfortunate necessity to my arrangement. I was contracted to kill some travelers, and since I'd much rather speak with you than kill you, I figured, what were a few strangers on the road if it meant that we could have this conversation?
What do you want?
I've grown dissatisfied with my current employer. I'd very much like for them to... I would enjoy their head on a spike, but their death nonetheless would be beneficial to me. I grow tired of this place and wish to return home.
And who is that?
Unfortunately, I'm still compelled to keep their nature, their identity, a mystery.
Well, sounds like you're out of luck.
I believe there's still an arrangement that we could come to.
And what sort of arrangement might this be?
I could perhaps imply their current position in a way that might divulge their identity without technically doing so. But I would need to strike up an agreement with one such as yourselves. It's the nature of my existence.
So you want us to make a deal with you to kill someone we don't know with no information to help you go home?
I believe it's beneficial to you as well as this person I have on good authority is one that you also seek. A individual known as the Bandit King amongst your kind.
So you're saying your employer is the Bandit King, but you can't tell us who specifically they are? Am I following things correctly?
Perhaps.
I try an insight check on that.
Sure.
That's a 4.
Difficult to read. You don't get any sense that they're lying to you, though.
Yeah. So what's the fine print of any deals with you in the hypothetical that we were to accept such an arrangement?
Well, the terms of my contract's all roughly the same. I make a contract or a deal to offer you something that you desire, and in exchange, well, you would bequeath to me the rights to your soul. Now I know how that sounds. It's difficult to grasp, and I'm not asking for permanent rights to it, but we could make an arrangement that I'd provide you with the information you seek, and upon the death of my master, I would return the proper ownership of your soul to you once again.
And we should trust that you'll do that. Why? You already tried to kill us once.
Well, the terms of my contracts are ironclad. I can't break them, and neither can you. But of course, there is a certain leap of faith needed to be had here.
Trying to follow your guys' lead, but is this where we just start ka-chow? Just let them have it?
I think we may want to discuss things for just a moment. Gonna go ahead and, if it's all right with you, we'll step out of the cave, discuss, whose soul we're giving up, and then we'll come back to you with our answer.
Oh, of course, I'll be here. You discuss amongst yourselves, and I hope we can come to an arrangement.
We'll be back with you soon enough.
All right. You all step out of the cave.
As soon as everyone clears the illusion. Yeah, clearly, I don't think giving up a soul is a good idea, but is there any reason we should consider his offer?
I'll change back to mammoth form at this point. Well, I don't want to speak out of turn, but one reason why you may want to take this deal is because there are many others within the cave that might swing the odds in their favor, just in case things seem to get violent.
Good to know. Thank you. Again, I'm not the brightest individual, but if I was following things correctly, somehow or other his employer is connected to the Bandit King. Someone we're after already, and it sounds like he may be able to give us some info that could tangentially lead us to him. Am I getting the gist of things?
I mean, that's what I understood.
But I don't think we're in such dire straits that we need to go selling our soul to get to the Bandit King any faster.
There's also the strong possibility that if we don't, he'll just kill all of us.
True, but we could also just start leaving now and not be in a cave with other demon monster things.
Something tells me he will not have a difficult time following us with them in tow.
So I guess the choice comes down to, do we fight him in the cave that he chose, or somewhere else further down the line? Probably also in an arena of his choosing, but we don't know he'll be coming.
We don't even know if he's really in there. I know something is in there. A lot of some things, I guess.
I have to admit that as little as I want to get too involved in all your affairs, I don't know that I can just let these creatures just wandering around doing harming wanderers.
Yeah.
It may not be your little horse daddy, whatever your thing is, but at least we can get rid of the creatures that are killing the those that are traveling across the road. Seems like a win to me.
Good with it.
Again, I don't want to speak out of turn. It's all up to you.
So, not taking the deal, going in, trying to clear out whatever is in the cave. Is that our plan?
I believe a wise man once said, "Get him, Ray."
Jules, you look contemplative over there.
I don't like it. It feels like a trap and I don't like it.
Right.
I can't stop all three of you running in there, so...
Could go back to town and get all the holy water and just pour it in the cave.
You can't be expecting us to be so foolish as to go in and trigger the trap, can he?
I also don't exactly believe we have the element of surprise.
Yeah, I kind of assume he's still listening to us, even out here.
Then we have lost nothing. You cannot lose the element of surprise when we never had it to begin with.
What if we make the deal and he does keep up his end? We get what we need, he gets to go home. No one else gets hurt because he takes his little shits, whatever they are, with him, I assume.
Okay, but whose soul could we do that? I mean, I don't imagine your god would be very happy with you signing away your soul even temporarily. I know Mel would kill me if she found out that I gave mine away. And we've known you two for what, a day? We can't ask you to give up your souls for this.
Well, Mel's not here.
I don't think I'm using mine.
Well, okay, so let's say I offer up my soul. What? No, some of you, most of you are smarter than me. What are the terms that we set?
We just have to kill this bandit king, or do what to him, or
Kill the employer, which may or may not be the bandit king.
Which we were gonna do anyway, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, this may just help speed up the process a bit.
And we stop getting stalked by a devil.
Or at least this one.
Well, this is the worst one so far. And he goes home. So he'll stop killing people along the road. Stop chasing us. Paul's out of danger for the moment.
Well, if we're going to do this, we don't let Mel know, or Hilda or Paul, but especially Mel.
Okay.
Hey, we should probably figure out who his boss actually is first and foremost. I mean, officially, and put it in writing or something.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like he can tell us directly.
Well, he's gonna have to give us more than he has given us, so we're not
Oh.
doing it.
you said that he could, create portals, wander around that way. Maybe he could just create a portal and lead us straight to them. He doesn't have to name the person. We just pop into the room and we don't have to.
But how would we know for sure that that is his employer, not just some random fool he's sicking us on?
To be honest, I'm not the one considering this deal. This is you're the bag, baby.
Your soul. Mine's spoken for. I mean, we're gonna have to do something. We could run in there and try to slaughter everything and probably all die. We can sell someone's soul, go after the Bandit King, maybe all die.
Not a lot of positivity in that dying part. Let's dodge that.
No.
Well, remember
As long
the
as
bit
I
where
stay
last...
alive, I have some friends.
Mhm.
Some tricks up my sleeve, but fighting that thing out in the open was bad enough, Chad. I don't think cave is an option.
Yeah. Well, my stepmother did always call me, well, not always, but sometimes called me soulless little git, so guess I'll be proving her right in one way.
That's the spirit. Oh boy.
You sure?
Also, how many souls did he need?
I think he just needed the one.
Oh,
Well, we left an entire friend behind with a beholder, so...
oh.
Yay, 2 unselling party members.
Mm.
Starting to not like this place very much. And I'm from here.
So, don't tell Mel or the others, and if I start turning into some kind of soulless husk, see if you can make the geode suck me up until the Bandit King's dead.
Like I said, I have some ideas. You sure?
Not really, but this is the best plan we have.
Okay.
We've been sneaking around for quite a while. So while you are discussing this, Bruma is just going to go over by that tree over there. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right.
So what are we actually going to be asking this demon for, this devil for?
I mean, we don't have much to bargain with. It's his deal.
Seemed like he was implying he could give us information on the Bandit King. Is that good enough for his soul?
Did say he'd be giving the soul back.
If he keeps up his end of the bargain and you get it back, it's no harm, no foul. And we are getting out of it that he goes away. He stops following us, he stops killing innocent travelers. Hall is safe, meaning the rest of us are safe. I'm not saying I like it. And I'd do it if I didn't think I wouldn't just be immediately smote. I'm already pushing it with the extra holy symbol.
Didn't know your god was so jealous. But
He is the father of all things, so...
let's do this before I change my mind.
I always try to avoid that whole religion thing. Stay out of their way. Hopefully they stay out of mine.
I'll put in a good word.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What did I miss?
Going to go put my soul on layaway until
We're gonna pawn Chad's soul.
Alright, well. Okay. Okay.
Let's go!
Better him than you, big guy. And I tug your robe a bit. And
So the four of you head back into the cold, dark cavern. As you head back inside, everything is the same, except standing in the center of the cavern, arms crossed, shield resting against the side of his horsey leg. You see the Oravas demon, devil. And you feel that telepathic voice in your head as the horse stands there with a smile, a horse smile on his face, his horse face, and says,
don't look a devil horse in the mouth.
says, "So do we have a deal then?"
I want us to be crystal clear on the terms of this deal before I give you temporary leasing on my soul.
I wouldn't expect anything less. And reaches into like a small kind of like case, like a scroll case on the side, pulls out a piece of what looks like paper, maybe a bit thicker than paper, and unrolls it.
Cardstock. All right. Fancy.
See, beginning to sort of like burn its way along the scroll is some print in Infernal, which you can read, Chad. And he, as he speaks, he says, "The terms that I'm willing to offer in exchange for rights or possession of your soul, I offer to you the means of locating the Bandit King, also hereby known as my former or soon-to-be former employer. What I will be offering you in exchange for this small price on your part is an amulet that will glow red in the presence of the Bandit King. I will also provide to you the location of the Bandit King's interests here on your small patch of earth. In exchange, upon your death, I claim rights to your eternal soul. Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blahs that get you.
However, upon the death of my employer, also known as the Bandit King, full rights to your soul shall be relinquished back to you. And the terms of this contract, null and void.
Let's make sure I got it. Is it that he'll just give us information on the Bandit King's interests, or the amulet will also kind of react to that?
He's giving you an amulet that will glow in the presence of the Bandit King. And he will provide to you the location of the Bandit King's interests in locating them.
Something is very loud right now. I missed the last part of that sentence.
To aid you in locating them.
Okay.
And then, as you said, rights to your soul, give it to him upon your death. However, if you succeed in killing the Bandit King, the terms of this contract are null and void, and the rights to your soul are returned to you.
I quickly, look over at Jules. It's kind of like, is there anything else I should be doing with this?
Is there any way to tell if this is like the paper itself is like magically binding?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check to try to understand the terms of the magic. You or anyone else who's interested.
I mean, I think I will try. I'm not going to be very good at an Arcana check on it, but seeing as it's my soul on the line, I feel like I have to at least try.
How about I'll work together with
Jules or
yeah, Jules. I'll work
Yeah.
together with Jules, and she can roll with advantage.
okay. Yeah, that can work.
Oh, that's the second time I've rolled a 19 on intelligence, so that's a 17 Arcana.
Okay.
Boy, howdy, my second roll was way better. 22.
Okay. So as far as the nature of the contract, yes, it is magically binding upon both parties. There's a little space at the bottom for 2 signatures. So it will be, it's a magically binding contract.
Okay.
All right.
That's the best we've got.
I believe we have an agreement.
It smiles once again and takes 2 big steps towards you and holds the contract out, and also produces a pen or like a quill from the casing as well.
Now, what do we call you rather than Big Scary Horseman?
It smiles once again and says, "For the purposes of this contract, you may refer to me as Halcon."
Halcon?
Yes.
I'm really hoping it was going to be Jeffrey. Just bring a Jeffrey into all our games.
No.
But all right. Well then, Halcon, I believe we have ourselves an agreement. You take the pen and sign Nebuchadnezzar Musseldorf.
Okay. As you go to sign it, there's no, he doesn't provide you with an inkwell to sign in. You actually scratch into the paper, and as you do, the paper itself begins to bleed from this like red ink that scratches your name. You don't. The only thing you feel as you sign it is this sort of burning sensation in your chest for a moment that quickly passes. Doesn't feel like, it's not like your skin, it's just like deep within you. You feel this slight sort of burning sensation, and then it gradually fades. He then also takes the quill and scratches a name across the page in a language that you cannot read upon first glance. You gather this is probably the true name, but is not immediately legible to you. Maybe not understand the nature of true names, but we won't get into that. Then rolls up the scroll, tucks it into the casing, and says, "We have an arrangement then. As my part of the deal," reaches to another pouch and produces an amulet. It is an iron chain with a pendant on the bottom of a like an oval with a dark sort of ruby-like crystal set in the center, and there is a fleck of like an imperfection within the crystal, right like in the center, that almost gives it the appearance of an eye.
That's all you. I'm already wearing 2 necklaces.
We'll go ahead and don the necklace. Put it underneath the armor and the clothes.
Okay. He says, and as the second part of my offering, the location of the Bandit King's interests in Yshfornen. I believe you'll find what you're seeking in the city of Quildun.
That's it? Just within the city? Nothing more specific?
I'm afraid, as per the terms of a pre-existing contract, I cannot stretch the language of that contract any further.
Can you answer a question about the amulet itself?
Yes.
What sort of range are we looking at on that guy, on the glowing thing? Like same,
If this
same room,
one,
same building.
not most of the source Chad says, if this one is donning the amulet, upon laying eyes on the Bandit King,
Well, let's hope I don't spot him in a crowd, because that would make it very tricky to track him down.
Halcon steps back and says, I look forward to the completion of our contract, and hopefully this will be the last time you're seeing me.
And I'll just feel, will my chest be cold, or will it burn again once you give my soul back? Or how will I know that you have upheld your end of the bargain?
You'll feel it. And as he steps back into the cave, you hear some clicking of like claws against the ground, and you see the 4 hellhounds that are also in the cave come stepping forward and slowly begin to step around you and then past you towards the exit. And he says, our business is done. I bid you farewell. And there is a similar kind of rift that opens up behind him, and he steps backwards through it, and it closes and disappears. And the hellhounds go running off into the out of the cave and somewhere in the fields beyond. I'd like to go and take a break there when we have a chance. So I know we're a little bit later in the session, but we'll go and take a little bit of a break, stretch your legs, do whatever we need to, and we'll come back to finish out the session. ERB. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. Ryan's broken.
That's
we
just his face.
are, We're back. I don't have a lot of announcements. We're not going to do anything right now. Thanks for tuning in and chatting and being awesome. So getting back to the action, we're going to do a jump cut here to y'all have left the cave. Let's just say you are back at the wagon right now. A little bit of awkward silence after the deal that was made. You're packing up the wagon and heading wherever you want to go next.
Have the horses and the elk gotten up to anything since we've been gone?
That's
no.
a one shot for another day.
That's yeah. You just come back and one of the
Is there some velvet by a tree or something like that?
They look suspicious when you come back. A lot of sideways glances.
Beast always looks suspicious.
Yeah. So
Should have gotten a copy of the contract in writing. I quickly check my pockets, see if one has magically appeared.
nope.
Well, hopefully this will be short-lived. Also, just look at Chad.
Kind of hold my arms out, like ready for inspection.
What you notice upon inspecting him. Make an insight check.
I love that we pretty much just signed an end user license agreement. I don't know. Yellow.
24.
24. Upon very close inspection, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this before, but he has horns now and red skin. He has this sort of fiend to him.
Gosh.
You're not sure if that was there before.
Are his eyes still yellow?
Yes,
Okay, I don't know.
unless they changed at some point that I'm not aware of.
I don't know. Maybe he's demonized now.
I don't know what you guys get when you level up.
Chad, I hate to tell you this. You look a bit fiendish.
Yes, that's another thing my stepmother has said.
You sprouted horns. You look fine.
You mean my tusks?
Yes, your head tusks. You look fine. If some devil or something does pop up, though, check the back of your neck.
Chad's like, got it.
Give it a feel.
Or tell someone. You know.
All right. With that, are you guys gonna keep heading south towards the ice rat's lair?
Yep.
All
I would
right.
like to check in on Matthias,
Okay.
which I realize they haven't done at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. I can do a... Oh no, my sheet froze. Oh no. Stop it.
It is very cold out.
It does now. We went through like a portal to get to where Krillak was, right? And then to come back.
Yeah.
I only have one 5th level spell slot, so I'm gonna take a bet that scrying is gonna be kind of hard on that. I'm gonna cast sending instead. A
Okay.
sending spell to... I don't think that's got a
All right. What do you say?
range.
I think it's the same.
Oh,
Or
it's
I think it just
any
has a chance of
distance-
failing.
Yeah, it's even to other planes of existence, but if it's on a different plane, there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive. Oh, that's still pretty good.
All right. What do you say?
95%. Hi Matthias. It's Jules. Just checking in. Make sure you're okay and alive. Hope you're well. Hope they're feeding you, and I hope you're making a lot of friends at Lone Eye Camp. You can respond to this message.
There's a little bit of a pause, and then a little bit later you hear, "Oh, hey, Jules.
What's up?
I'm good. Haven't really met anybody else. Been playing cards with Sarth a lot. Nothing really else going on. Been a while. Y'all coming back?" And that's the end of the message.
Oh. He knows it has a chance of failure, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad.
How long has it been since Krillock?
Like,
Or we took most of the week to recover, right? Or was it?
Yeah. It was like 2 weeks. I think it's
I
been
thought it was
about.
6 days.
Oh, was it? I thought it was 2. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks in total.
Matthias is fine.
That's good.
He's making friends.
That's good.
He said him and Sarth have been playing a lot of cards.
Hmm.
And I think he's starting to worry we're not coming back for him. But he sounds fine.
Well, given the speed we've dealt with the other bandit groups so far, we just need to get to the ice rats and then we'll clean them up in the day.
I'll call him again tomorrow.
All right. So you keep heading south. You have made it pretty close to the foothills, and within an hour or two, you reach the edge of these hills. You find yourselves probably having to go off road for this part of the travel. You can coax the horses in the wagon a little bit, but it gets kind of hard going, slow going.
We have a giant elk to help pull.
That's true. As you are reaching those, you kind of like crest the tops of them to a point where you can kind of see out into the distance, and you reach some of like the highest peaks here through some of the trees and the other obstructions to your vision. You can see the coast in the distance, large shards of ice blanketing the sea. This frozen sort of terrain in front of you, but you see ahead leading up from the coastline, you can see a couple of rivers that converge into a larger river that feeds up into the hills that you are looking down on. And you see the rivers, the mouths of them, where they come from, you can see sort of disappear into the hillsides. And as you are staring down at this landscape, you do make out the outline of a ship currently sailing upriver. Not necessarily like right in your direction or anything, but kind of following along towards the north, towards the hills. A ship with grayish white sails.
Well, I'd say we're heading the right direction.
Well, how much more do we know other than just that the ice rats and pirates are in this area? We're just gonna check all the ships and say, hey, are you pirates?
Yes, ka-chow.
I'd give this knowledge to Orzim, because you're a merchant and you deal with a lot of the trade routes. There are no trade routes that lead up into follow these rivers. These are it's very difficult terrain to navigate for boats, or for the larger ships that are weighed down with the goods that are transported to Dunklock and even up to Shiriat, the capital. They do not make the passage through here.
And that's all I know about that.
Okay, so those are probably our pirates then.
Well, that was easy.
Glad I could be of such assistance.
You're muted.
The world's quietest elephant.
Yeah. All right. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I missed the opportunity. My face, like Baruma's face was full of snacks, and so didn't get to say anything.
Okay, what do you guys want to do? You want to head down the hills and follow the ship, or
How fast is the ship traveling?
I don't know, a number of knots. That's what ships do, right? Knots.
How about in feet
No, they
per
say,
6 seconds?
It would be hard to you could maybe intercept the ship if you move quick enough. Probably have to ditch the wagon.
Well,
But you also know they have a base somewhere around here in these hills.
So you think we just follow the ship back until we find out where all the little ice rat little nest, where they're all scurrying around?
it's one possibility.
What
They
about
might
that?
also think we're traders, although we don't exactly look brimming with cargo. But we have quite the caravan now that half our party is out of commission.
Well, Warzip is legit. We could say we're coming to pick something up.
Yeah. But either way, we're following the ship for now.
I suppose.
On wagon or ditching wagon?
I think on.
Okay. So you coax the horses down the hillside and find some level terrain to work the wagon down. It's slow going, but a couple of you keep an eye on the ship in the distance, which is not difficult to do. But you kind of follow the terrain down towards the river, and you see the ship, the sails kind of furl up, and you see it kind of losing a little bit of speed, but it does follow the river as it kind of forks and cuts off into some of the various smaller rivers that feed into it. You can see the ship kind of veers off to the west and disappears behind some of the hills. You're moving a bit slower because you're on the wagon, and you lose sight of it after a bit. But you did see the general way and the river that it was following. As you reach the base of the hill and cut in the direction following the shoreline and following the direction that the ship went, you ride for the next 30 or 45 minutes following the banking the banks here, but you don't see the ship in front of you, and eventually you reach a waterfall that you can see in the distance that you are approaching. No ship.
Is the waterfall coming down to us, or we're at the top and it goes over?
It's coming to you. Are going against the river right now, so the waterfall is like a wall in front of you.
Yeah, we must have missed the ship somewhere, or maybe it sank.
Well, job's done.
Oh well.
Kraken or Megalodon got it.
Maybe it flew.
Well, this would be the second of a group of bandits that disappears, so guessing they have yet another trick.
Maybe there's another delusion like earlier.
That's my school magic right there.
I mean, there might be something behind the waterfall.
Could be that. Could be.
Listen, this is not the most difficult puzzle I've
I
come
don't-
up
I know.
think it is this headband of intellect that is allowing me to deduce this from this delusion. How you all seem to be having that waterfalls are made of concrete. I think maybe the ship went that way.
Go for the javelin thingy again.
We're a bit far out from it at this point. We might need to get just a smidge closer. I'm strong, but not that strong.
Shall we go and knock some heads around?
Seems like it, though. Question is, do we try and sneak in, take out whatever guards they have, or just storm the defenses?
Well, how's the water? Is it kind of like dark, murky, clear? What's the water situation? I know it's like roiling a little bit if we're at the base of a waterfall, but
It's dark.
okay.
You can't really see more than like a foot or so below the surface.
Okay. I mean, if you want, we could go underwater where no one but the fishes will be bothering us.
I'm okay with that.
With doing
look
it,
at-
or...
I see the look on your face. Are you worried about swimming or something?
No, I'm a good swimmer. It's just swimming in heavy armor is not the most pleasant of experiences.
No, I can see that. But I mean, if you don't have to breathe, it probably won't be that badly.
Yes, but last time I checked, I still need to breathe.
Yeah, but you can breathe water, my friend. You have me now.
Is there a follow up to that? Or
Okay, well, anyway, I'll just do it. Whatever.
Does just being in your presence grant us the ability
Yeah.
to...
Hey, no, seriously, go try it right now. Yeah, I'll cast water breathing on all of us.
Okay.
And the animals, or can you not get that many?
I think you can get a lot, actually.
It's a pretty big group, I think.
Up to 10 willing creatures.
Yep.
Yeah.
we're being
Well, yeah, you can cast it on all them. Let's see if we can you guys can coax a giant elk, a badger, and
It'll listen to my commands.
oh god.
Get in that water.
It'll listen. Anyway, yeah. Well, I mean, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, so you cast. Take a moment to cast water breathing
Mhm.
on all you fools,
Yeah.
and you guys want to try swimming to the.
Like, can we like?
The
on
Pirates of the Caribbean walking on the
Yeah,
bottom?
yeah, exactly.
You can.
We put
It's
on our
very
iron
cold.
boots and sink to the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will remind you, it's very cold, but
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm resistant to cold damage.
it's good to know.
No, it doesn't help with that. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll still give it a shot.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
So you all load up and
Just drive the whole caravan. straight to the water.
I think maybe we leave the wagon and horses, behind a hill or something.
yeah,
We
I
do
know,
have
like,
a boat.
you do have a boat.
We do have a
But
boat.
this plan is way better.
Yeah.
We just can we cast it on the horses and have them just like chill out underwater so they don't get stolen?
Whatever you want, man.
I'm not sure Beast is gonna go for that one.
Those horses are not magically compelled to do whatever you want there, so whether they stay.
Okay.
All right. So you hide the wagon and the horses and duck under the water. Pirates of the Caribbean your way towards the cave. The current's strong, so you're having to walk against that, and it's hard going.
Does anyone have a rope that we could all kind of like
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I do.
maybe just kind of tow each other along?
Yeah.
And what is the giant elk's strength? It's got a strength of 19. It can probably go at the front and pull us along.
I think lots of you guys are very strong. I
Yeah.
think this is a very strong group of 4 people that we have here right now.
Yeah.
So-
When it comes to like for pulling and stuff, I'm a large creature, considered a large creature.
well, there you go. So yeah, I think you guys are fine. You tie yourselves together if you need to with some rope and begin making your way to the cavern. It's dark under the water. You can't see too far ahead of you, but you do get a general sense. You can still keep a sense of where up is. It's a little bit lighter above you as you walk across the base of this river. Occasionally, a fish will swim past, kind of coming into your view and then quickly darting off away from you. And there reaches a point after 40 or 50 feet of walking underwater, where suddenly the current is a little bit more calm, it's less intense, and you get an idea that you have passed underneath the waterfall. You've seen the roiling waters above you. It's kind of got jostled around a bit. Eventually you kind of pass through that, and you believe you're in whatever this chamber is beyond. Does anyone want to duck up to see to get an idea of your surroundings, or are you just going to walk until you hit something?
We see the hull of the ship.
Not from your current perspective. Like, I'm assuming your vision right now is probably no more than like 20 feet in any direction. So you can keep walking until you see it. You have just passed beyond the edge of the waterfall.
I'm all good. I have dark vision, so
yeah. Those with you that have dark vision are probably blind right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jules.
And me.
So if you decide if you keep walking a bit more to kind of get further into the cave, after about 50 or 60 more feet, it's hard to gauge exactly how much distance you're covering. Eventually, you do see a dark shape. You see some other rocks around you. You get an idea there are some rocks like jutting up from the water. But you can see ahead of you a dark shape along the water surface, sort of blocking out any light. And you do see some like flickering and multiple light sources coming down into the water. Indicate there may be some lanterns or some other light sources in the cavern itself. And haloed by those light sources, you can see the bottom, the hull of the ship.
Can I ask a question, Sean? How do you feel about if you're underwater breathing? Does that affect verbal components underwater?
No. So if you're underwater breathing, I'm gonna say you can do verbal spells.
Cool.
All right. The same question.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
You're still good there.
Okay.
And I'd say you can still communicate each other. It's difficult, but you can still communicate.
Yeah.
So triple shatter spells, like down the keel of the thing. Is that what we're looking at? I have shatter.
Jeez, you just torpedo the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you guys are doing?
But if we kill them, but we leave the ship, then we have a ship.
I know. We probably should keep
not doing another pirate campaign.
We already have a boat.
We could just sell the ship or bring it back for a tidy profit.
Ships are valuable.
Or return it to a grateful person.
There's not a whole lot of ka-chow in saving the ship, but okay.
Okay, so well, if we're going for ultimate ka-chow, don't let me yuck your yum. You know, you do what you're gonna do.
But okay, so then is the plan for each of you to do? No, each of you takes a boat, tries to heck it up, and then Chad just rushes out on the elk with the other animals or something to be a distraction, and then you all emerge.
Well. I'll do this in character, because it's like no. I see you looking at the ship and you're like, let's destroy the ship. It'll be great. Ka-chow, you know the ka-chow team. It's very much a style. I do wonder though, since our little friend here, his soul is kind of being balanced. So like maybe we should stay more of the task at hand, which is taking out all these little bandits and making sure they go to jail or to hell, whichever is more convenient at the time. And then we just make sure that we keep our priorities in the right place.
All right.
So I think the first order of business, and don't let me or to take control of this. This is your party. I'm just here to help out in whatever way I can. I think maybe the thing we should start, just see how many are up there, and maybe where we could best apply our efforts and different skill sets.
I know. I can see in the dark. but they will also probably see my horns before I surface and can see them.
We could
So I
tie
may
the
not
rope.
be.
We could tie the rope around Orazib and just let him pop up and then pull him back down really quick.
If he pops up near the ship, I'm sure they won't notice. Little head like him.
All right, I'll try it.
Okay.
Take rope and use my
Okay,
boots of
we'll,
flying.
we'll bob him up.
Like a buoy.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
like
you can elevate yourself
Yeah,
out of
I
the
have
water.
boots of flying, so
Sort of turn into boots of swimming.
Yeah.
You levitate yourself up towards the water's surface. Make a stealth check for me with advantage.
All right. Never know what hit him. Ooh, maybe they will. 11.
I do too. Let's double water walk so we can water run.
Yeah. 13.
13. Okay. You reach the surface of the water and just kind of poke your head out as calmly as you can, and you look and you see the whole of the ship stretching about like 60 feet from end to end. Well, no, actually longer than that. About 150 feet from end to end.
Oh, wow.
You can see it is resting in the center of this cavern. And to your left, the ship to the right of you, the entrance behind you, the waterfall behind you, which is obscuring like any noise, is very loud and echoey in here. But to your left, you see there's a dock that they are currently. It looks like a number of like 3 hobgoblins are currently unloading from a small like rowboat. Loading some barrels and some other things onto the dock. Then they're getting back in the rowboat and rowing back towards the ship. So it looks like they are in the process. There are some other hobgoblins that are on the deck doing ship things. And they're in the process of unloading their booty. But there's dry land to the left of you, that dock that leads to, and you can see crates and barrels and other home goods stores that are currently. I'm sorry, I said crate and barrel.
I know.
I had to go with it.
I like it. I like it. Don't listen to these other people. I liked it.
This week's episode brought to you by Crate and Barrel.
You can see other supplies that they've stolen piled up towards the that side, that shoreline of the cavern. Yeah, that's your general vantage point from this low.
Okay. Back down, same
Okay.
kind of. Yep, and I'll inform the others that
There's crates and stuff on the shore. There's hobgoblins and hobgoblins. They're doing the boat loading and unloading, and then there's hobgoblins on the deck. That's all I saw.
So then maybe we do, sabotage the ships with the hobgoblins on them, make them less able to mount a response.
Well, maybe I can take care of that. And I say maybe because I'm still getting acquainted with my spell list.
I'd say there's one other thing you notice at this point. So you guys are all resting here at the bottom and from your vantage point. There are these large rocks next to you, and you're kind of pressed up against one right now as you're having this conversation. And those of you with the higher passive perceptions, I'm assuming Barumba, Jules, have a decent passives. You see suddenly there's a spoosh. Something drops into the water or is thrown into the water above you from the ship. And you see it kind of drifting down, and it's you don't see any movement. It doesn't look like it's whatever this is alive. In fact, as you're getting an idea, it actually looks like the leg or the haunch of some sort of animal. You see a little bit of blood kind of streaking away from it in the water.
Is it our horse? I'm just kidding.
That would be a feat. They really got to that fast.
I know. They went back really quickly.
And then you notice something else moving in the water, not too far away from you, maybe 120 feet off. You see a huge form, probably 15, 20 feet, of some creature moving very quickly through the water, rushes towards and grabs at the, snatches the meat out of the water, and then begins to dart back into the shadows once again. Like I said, it spans about 15 feet or so, more than 20 feet end to end.
Nature roll?
Yes, you can make a nature roll.
Okay.
To identify it.
Poor adventures go into the water.
Great. 15.
15.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably enough. What you see is a scaled creature. It's a vaguely lizard-like frame to it.
Okay.
Two scaled, webbed front feet, kind of pulling itself along. One large, kind of gator-like tail, almost, that is propelling itself through the water. And 5 elongated heads, necks leading out to heads that all kind of travel, are all kind of coiled together. One of which snaps at the meat. The other sort of angling itself through the water as it gracefully glides around to the back of the rock. What you see is a hydra.
Oh. 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 I think, yeah. I mean, I imagine that everyone kind of got a sense that was a big beastie, so I'm probably not going to go into too much detail.
Yeah,
but
everyone sees it.
Yeah, I'll be like,
We're able to identify it.
Hopefully that leg was enough to sate its hunger for a while, because we don't want to tangle with that one. If we can avoid it. I don't feel very comfortable in this water right now. Does everyone else feel comfortable in this water? You want to stay down here? No? Is everyone okay? Should we go up? Should we go up and crack skulls? Okay, then I think we're all in agreement. Let's go up. Let's crack some skulls.
Sabotage the ships first. Maybe any of them that fall in, the Hydra will eat them instead of us.
I still think we keep the ship intact. I will make sure that anyone who wants to get off of the ship will have a lot of trouble doing so.
Okay, you guys want to book it towards the shoreline then?
Sure.
Or onto the ship?
It's your call. I was thinking shore, but we can do whatever you want.
I mean, I'm thinking Chad is planning to ride around on Gina, or as much as we are able. I don't know how much mobility they're actually going to have in here, but
we could split up. You guys come out from the shore, and then me and Zip could get on the ship and fuck shit up.
Yeah. And then it's just a question of where the giant badger and giant rat go. Giant rat does have pack tactics, so someone who's going to be up close, which could also be me.
I think he might have trouble keeping up. Probably should stick with Jules.
Yeah, I can take the rat or the badger or the rat or whichever one you said.
Yeah, the rat has pack tactics.
The
giant badger just goes on its own. It's probably going to die pretty quickly.
The badger does what it wants. Honey badger don't care.
Giant badger don't give a shit.
We set the badger on the Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right, so let's simplify this a bit. I'm getting my map set up here.
I forget what am I doing?
I don't know.
Going with Jules onto the ship.
I'm going to ship. I'm going on the shore, or I'm on the ship?
You said you wanted to go on the shore, so you and Chad are going on the shore.
Okay, on the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and roll.
Okay. And are you guys like water walking up or just swimming up to the surface? Never mind, there's like I'm looking at the gap right now. Hold on. There's about a 160-foot gap between the shoreline and the ship.
Lord, yeah. Can we water walk?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna
to get back and forth.
Let's water walk. That's gonna be that's a
Yeah. Is water walk concentration?
no.
I don't think so.
It's just awesome. And also, like, I think in the flavor text, you can correct me. I think it like also kind of, I think you like shoot up to the top.
Yeah,
It's really cool. So we're gonna like burst out like Ninja Turtles from
yeah,
the
they're
from
gonna
the.
be really scared. If you're submerged, it carries you up at a rate of 60 feet per round.
Yeah.
So I am getting ready on Gina with my great axe, and then the giant rat, which is still a small creature, is going to be like perched on my shoulder and just like letting out a fearsome battle.
Please use the rat as a projectile. It's like.
All right, let me get the tally
Stuck on
then.
the antlers.
I'm thinking of like Hot Shots Part 2, where like he puts the chicken in the bow and like launches it at like that might be too early of a reference for here.
I'm aware of it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
That's so good.
Okay, let me get the. I need to get the division again. So, Barumba and Chad
And
on the
Gina.
ship.
On the shore.
On the shore.
Or Barumba and Chad with Gina on the shore with the
Mhm.
candlestick.
And
Okay,
the
so
badger.
Jules and
We don't know where the badger is,
The
honestly.
badger's doing his own thing.
yeah.
You can put the badger wherever you want.
All right, and the giant rat.
Is
Giant.
with us on the ship.
Okay. All right, and then yeah, so Orzib and Jules going towards the ship.
Mhm.
Cool. Jeez, this is gonna be wild. Okay.
Cluster of grapes right here. Okay. It's gonna be a cluster. We got.
Yep. So, you cast the spell, and suddenly all of you find yourselves shooting up towards the surface. The water is going brighter, and suddenly, spoosh, 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 you all go shooting up. Oh, did you have something? Or I didn't know if you're raising a hand or just.
You could keep flying out.
Yeah. All of you come shooting out of the water, landing on it like it's a solid surface. You see one very confused hobgoblin rowing the boat between your group as you all shoot up out of the water, give a cry of panic. The ones on the ship also begin to panic and raise some alarm, and the ones on the shore who are currently in the process of unloading and moving things around also everyone just like locks eyes onto you immediately, and it is on. I'm gonna bring us over. Let's get some music going. Let me get some.
I'm really familiar with a lot of things in D&D, but like I just realized I don't know anything about any druid spells. Like I just don't know anything about them.
They have some really good ones.
Moonbeam is legit.
I don't think I prepared that one, unfortunately. I prepared most of the spells I prepared were just on name alone. I don't actually know what they do.
Well, you're an Arctic druid, right? You've got Ice Storm or Sleet Storm or whatever it is.
I do have Sleet Storm. I was thinking of putting that on the ship, but I might not now for a couple reasons.
Okay.
The first being I don't know that I can reach at this point.
We got a lot of things on the board. So let me all of you guys roll initiative. GB, just for getting yourself on the initiative tracker. Oh geez, let me delete this. Just click your token and roll on Roll20, and then you can just edit to say whatever you roll IRL. And I got a lot of.
That's funny. I got it. Yeah, that's about right. So I
think you're still rolling to the GM, Ryan.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how to. Well, I do. I can find out. I just haven't taken the time to change that.
In that top row, it has public into GM.
Top row.
Advantage, normal, disadvantage.
Whispers. Wait. Yeah. Always whispers rolls. No. Whisper toggle or never whisper?
I mean, on the main page, there's a public or to GM setting.
That's only there if you've turned the toggle on.
I see. So, did someone change that for me? Or no. Okay.
It probably wasn't set because you have a new sheet.
Okay. All right.
All right, I think I rolled initiative for everyone.
Literally, Barimba sucks.
Did you roll initiative for all the beasties?
Oh,
Well, typically we just have them go on the turn.
Oh
of
yeah, they're just going to go
controlling
on the turns that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Not bad. Who's
So-
controlling what?
I have the rat.
I guess I can do the badger.
Yep, and I have the elk.
Okay. And then I need to roll.
I do need to
for-
find the badger. Badger tricks.
Make sure you have the giant badger because it is the
Yeah,
giant badger.
All right, and there. Okay, he's nearby too. Good.
All right. Descending.
Is
Airbase
everyone
is
on the
updated.
tractor?
If the giant badger has 13 health, the regular badger has 3.
Jeez.
19 plus 2, so 21.
Guess I just misremember based on Redwall. The badgers were these huge badasses.
Might need to reorder. I badger got into the initiative late. Sorry.
So Orzib, you said you rolled 21.
Got a 19 plus 2, and I did click my icon before I rolled, but
Maybe it didn't work. Let me see. For Orzib, it may be giving a difficult time.
Right there, that's in here.
to do
oh,
that.
got it.
Yeah, there it goes. Okay, it's on there. 21.
Cool.
All right. Perfect. So Orzib, you're first.
All right. I'm going to fly up and
Oh yeah, because you can do that.
I'll land here on the ship.
Okay.
And
And feel free to move your token. And oh wait, you know why I think you can't? Hold on, let me check something. Can you move your token right now?
I don't know. Let me try. I can click on them and I get the things. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Ta-da!
Perfect.
Near the rail,
Oh, that's
and then he'll once he gets near the rail, he pulls this like ring out, and he ting, and it starts to shake, and he slaps it on the ground, and out of it quivers up a little turret, and it's the ballista turret, the force ballista. So it just chuck starts
Awesome.
shooting the
nice.
force bolts.
Well,
Okay. I'm
that's
gonna
play of the game right there. AFK tour.
So much Overwatch.
I'm gonna put just a little icon down there. Let's see if I got a turret icon on here I can use. Go to does the turret make attacks on your turn?
Okay. Yeah, it should.
This is probably a little intense, but we're just gonna go with this.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Oh no, wait, this is more fantasy looking. Hold on.
Also, real quick question: the squares are giving me indication it's like 10 foot a square. Is that like intentional or?
No, it shouldn't be 10 feet. It should be 5. That's why I was being all buddy with the. I was wondering why it looked so big. Nope, 5 feet.
Okay.
It's like, why is that? That's so far.
Okay. Cool.
That should be right now. Okay, so you're like 60 feet away from the shore. That's not bad.
Cool.
All right, attacks with the turret.
Okay, and it looks like it gets one. Make a ranged spell attack originating from the turret at one creature or object within 120 feet. All right, closest hobgoblin. 19 plus, I believe I'm 4 to spell attacks. Spells, come on now. Oh, I'm plus 7, so 26 to
Yeah,
hit.
that'll hit. And I will say, for context, these two here are up like in the
Crow's nest?
It looks like a platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 30 feet up.
Just whatever's the closest one.
Yeah. Do this one on the deck.
2d8 force damage.
Okay.
Loss of dice. 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points of force damage. Nice.
Yep.
Just the one attack, or do you get more than one?
Just one.
Okay.
Oh, and it is pushed up to 5 feet away from the turret.
Perfect. I'll just push him that way. Nice.
Yay! Turrets.
Anything else?
Me. Oh no, I set up the turret and bonus action. Nothing this turn.
Okay. So on future turns, does it just do that, or is it like take
It
an
just
action?
does that.
That's
And
awesome.
That's its own gig, and then I have to do my thing.
Okay, perfect. I love that. Okay.
Check just to make sure. But yeah, go ahead.
So it is going to be the Hobgoblin Iron Shadows' turns. So right now, Orzib, you're the only one on the deck, so I think these two are going to come towards you.
Oh God!
Especially the one that got blasted. And then these ones on the shore, do they have any range? Because they're not going to be able to do shit. See you guys in the water. Yeah, they do. They've got darts, so that's what they're going to do. So these three come up on they line up over here, and they throw some darts at Chad and Barumba.
It costs me my bonus action to make it do stuff.
Okay, but cool. So you still have your action every turn.
Yep.
That's awesome. So let's do some attacks. It's going to be a... How many? Oh, geez. Okay, so each one of them makes 4 attacks.
Are you?
They're not very powerful. They're like monks.
Are you chalking me, bro?
Not the face.
So
They
we're
can
just going to
see me
do...
down there, I think.
I'm going to say 2 attacks against the elk. So we're just going to throw some of these out. Natural 20 with the first one, 16 on the second.
Those both hit the elk.
Okay, that's going to be a total, both attacks and the natural 20, of 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm going to do 2 attacks against Chad. 15, natural 20.
Natural 20 hits.
That's 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Against Barumba, I'm going to make 2 attacks. 23 and 17.
17 thunks into the shield, 23 hits.
Okay, 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
A lot of max damages right now. 2 against the Badger.
Uh-oh. These are both gonna kill the Badger so I don't have to control it.
12 and 19.
Both hit.
11 points of piercing damage.
That doesn't kill it. Sean, come on.
Okay, I still got 4 more attacks. It's all right.
Okay, all right.
So 2 more against the Badger.
Okay.
12 and 19.
Both hit. You can't not kill it. All right.
Yeah, it's like 13.
It's dead.
Damage. And then we're gonna say 2 more against the elk. 10 and a 9. Okay, perfect.
Good tank, Badger. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've got this one in the rowboat. It kind of like shifts a little more this way. It's kind of closer.
Is he like...
It is going to turn around and it is going to make some attacks at Jules. Actually, it's going to be 4 dart attacks against you at Jules.
Okay.
2 24s hit. The rest of this. For a total of 13 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, sharp darts.
And
Sharts.
then against Orzib.
I'm sorry. I'm not super proud of that.
It's
It's okay, but I'm not really proud of
I
it.
wouldn't expect you to be. Jeez. Okay. I guess it's just gonna be. What's your armor class, Orzib?
Oh, 16.
Okay, we're gonna power through these. Okay, that's gonna be 4 hits against you.
Ooh, soccer stomping.
17, 18, 19, 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay.
All right, that is their turn. Just a flurry of blows against these monk pirates. Jules.
Okay, can I get up on the ship?
Yeah, you could use your movement to climb up.
I'm gonna get over here. And come on, rat. He comes with me. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay. I'll
Up
say,
here,
as
by
you
this
stand
one
up here,
first.
you do notice there's one guy looks kind of bigger and captainy.
Ooh, where is
over here. We didn't get much time to lead up to
Oh
him.
yeah, that's the one I pinged behind that guy.
Yeah. We didn't get much time to lead up to that because circumstances, but
You. And I'm gonna try to hit him with my spiritual axe.
okay. Your specs.
Not very good. 14.
That'll miss.
Yeah, that's bad. And then I'm gonna use my mace to hit this dude.
Okay.
That's better. 17
That'll hit.
takes. Oh heck, what's my? Oh, D8.
Turn something a little more peppy.
He takes 14 damage from the mace.
Oh, jeez.
It's 6. Yeah, I rolled an 8 on the D8, so it's 8 radiant and 6 bludgeoning.
Alrighty. Well,
And then
that's
I'm
gonna
have
be
the
enough
rat bite him.
to. Oh well, he's dead.
No, no.
If the rat wants to bite someone else,
Oh yeah. Well.
and
this
he can
guy, I
bite the
guess.
dead body.
Well, no, that wouldn't really accomplish anything. He'll
Okay.
go bite this one right here, because Horazip was over there.
Thank you.
He got that pack tactics.
Ah, nice.
He gets advantage. He rolls a 23. Wow.
That'll hit.
GG rat.
Woo.
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a little D4. Okay. Well, that's 3 piercing damage.
3 points.
Chomp.
Piercing. Awesome. Rat chomps that.
Like,
monk
chomps onto
player.
his leg.
Perfect. I have the giant badger on the field. Oh, it's dead,
Died.
but that's fine. Did somebody accidentally click on the giant badger that isn't on the field right now? Or
No, I rolled initiative the giant badger, but it
okay.
died before I could go.
good. Okay. So it's gonna be Captain's turn then. We have a name for. I need to. Oh yeah, Roth Blackwater. He is going to draw his longsword. Actually, no. He's going to hang back for a bit. He's not. He doesn't want to get involved in all this. Instead, he draws a pistol from his hip because he's a pirate. He does illegal stuff. And he's going to shoot at Jules.
How?
Right.
But dare him.
How dare him? It's gonna be range attack against you. That's a 20, so I think that misses you.
No, that's my armor class.
Oh, is that your armor class? Okay, I
No.
thought you were at 21. 20 will hit. Total 7 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
And then he's gonna fire another one. Can they attack the turret?
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't know if it had any like.
It has 18 armor class and has 5 times my level in hit points.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot at the turret.
Okay.
Yeah,
18 AC, number of hit points equal to 5 times your artificer level, so it has 40 hit points.
Okay. That's gonna be a 26 to hit your turret.
It hits.
For 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Whoosh.
That'll end his turn. He's just gonna kind of strafe this way along the deck. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, perfect. And he yells and hobgoblin at the others. Chad, is your turn. If someone says, I speak hobgoblin, I'm just quitting.
No.
I have a spell
so
for that.
Or I guess it's just Goblin if somebody speaks Goblin.
Going to start off by having Gina charge towards this one, because then she'll have enough movement to gain the benefits of her charge action. So, so rolling to hit. Not great. 14.
14 misses.
Okay. So Gina misses, unfortunately, but then I follow up by swinging at him with Dragon Maru, which I have to remember I now have so much plus to this.
I will, because I didn't say this to our guest, you can go to roll. I will say, because don't forget about your legend points and to GB, because you haven't played with us before. I have a mechanic that everyone gets like reroll a game essentially.
Okay.
So if you need to reroll a d20 or any die, just spend
Okay.
that.
Okay, that is a 26 total to hit.
Yep.
For see, I always have to remember to add the +1 for damage because of the way this is set up. It cuts it off, but so that is 13 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Is he still up?
Oh yeah, he's still up. He's not looking good.
Then I do my second attack.
Okay.
Not as good. That's let me try and make this. No, that's too low. That would be a waste though. Yeah, I think I just missed with the second one because that's only a 12.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yep. Okay. And yeah, I'm not at the level yet where I get even more attacks. Soon, but not yet.
Okay. Is
So
that the end of
that's-
your turn then?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Is now the Hobgoblin Devastator's turns.
Ah.
The two in the crow's nests, they begin to encamp together. They're going to cast some spells here. Yeah, let's do this. One of them sends a greenish bolt of energy. You've actually, I think if you've ever seen this spell, is going to cast an acid arrow at the turret. So it looks dangerous. 15
AC 18.
misses. Or it hits, and the magical barrier, I imagine there's some sort of deflection mechanism. It just sort of like slides off of that and strikes the ground next to it. However, the arrow does splash. It will deal half this damage on the next turn. So let me go and roll that. Okay, the turret's going to take like 4 damage at the on this next turn. If you want to go ahead and do that or wait, it doesn't matter. The other one, it sends a firebolt at Jules. It's only a 14 to hit though. So swing and a miss from them. Barumba.
All right. Not much as it happens. But what I do got, is I'll cast Entangle on these boys right here. So what they will need to do is a strength saving throw.
Okay.
But regardless of that result, it's difficult terrain.
8 and 11.
So those are both going to fail. Those two are restrained.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So hopefully Chad will clean them up next round.
Okay. Any movement?
I think I'm going to start heading towards the ship. Yes.
Okay.
So how do you... Okay, I'll just map it out. Yeah, I'm going to just move there. Cool.
Okay. Orzib, is your turn again.
All right. Bonus action. tell the turret to shoot the one it shot before.
That one's dead, but you can shoot the one next to it.
Alright.
The turret is in melee with that one, though, so I think it is disadvantage.
Okay.
It's a ranged spell attack, right?
Yeah, it does say. Okay, so the turret is separate from me because I'm a warcaster, and that wouldn't matter. But okay,
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it'll probably still hit it, but
It does. I rolled a 19 and a 16.
yeah,
So,
that'll still hit.
20 plus to hit. And
Do it.
chuck. 9 points of damage.
Nice. That one is sort of blasted point blank with this arcane or this bolt of force that shoots out of the front of the turret. He staggers back 5 feet.
And then for my turn, I pop a mushroom in my mouth, which has nothing to do with anything.
Oh,
But then I cast blur on myself,
okay, perfect.
and I get that effect from the movie Shrooms, where I'm all blurry and jittery.
Great.
It's like a Mario mushroom. Like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah.
What's the is blur
Disadvantage.
Okay, perfect. That'll be good. Okay, anything else? Any movement or bonus action?
Other than if the guys up top were shooting at me, I guess I move behind the turret to get partial cover.
Okay, you can do that. Perfect. It is the Iron Shadows' turn now. So is there action to make a check to try to break their way out? So I think that's what those two that are restrained are currently going to do. They don't really want to tank it out there with Chad and the elk, so they're going to use their actions to try to break free. However, that's an 8 and a 10, so I don't think either one of them are getting anywhere. Oh wait, I forgot they can do this. Well, yeah.
It's never a good sign when the DM says that.
Yeah, I guess that would... No. They're still there. That would be unfair. We're not going to do that. So that's going to be that one's turn. The one that is currently facing you down, Chad, is going to make some attacks. I think it's going to make 2 attacks against the elk that you're riding on and 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
Against the elk, that's a natural 20 and a 16.
Both hit.
I've rolled so many natural 20s right now. 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you 23 and a 17.
23 hits.
Okay. 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The one that's rowing right now rows the rest of the way. And then I'm going to say it's probably going to take their turn to then climb up here. Get over here next to Jules. That's probably the end of their turn. And then I think... Oh, one more. It's going to run up here. And it's going to make... Well, no, it's going to attack the rat first. It's a 14.
I'm almost positive that hits, so I'm pulling it up. Sorry. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
He's still up.
Holy crap. Okay, it's going to make another
Yes.
attack. It's a natural 20. This is wasted.
Okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, he's gone. Bye, rat.
And then he's going to make...
He had 7 hit points
It's going to come...
total.
Oh, no. I don't think it really wants to get blasted by that again. Yeah, I think it comes over here towards Jules. Do that instead. So I'm going to delete the rat off the board. We're done with that. Done with that. Okay. 2 attacks against you, Jules. 13 and a 20.
20 hits.
5 bludgeoning. And it is your turn.
I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to hit this guy.
Okay.
$13.
That'll miss.
I rolled really bad. Then I'm gonna try to hit him.
Okay.
With my mace. It's way better. 22.
22 will hit, definitely.
Wow, that's really bad damage. 5.
Oh, that is very bad damage. Still up, not looking great, but still up.
Heck.
It'll be the captain's turn now. And I think he is going to let's see, within 30 feet of it. Yeah. He's gonna use his action. Okay, yeah. He's going to step forward just a little bit. 5, 10, 15. And use his action to yell out a command in Goblin. He's going to use his leadership ability, bolstering the 3 hobgoblins within 30 feet. And then he's going to go 5, 10, 15, and continue walking back the other way. That ends his turn. I think. Well, let's see. Does he get to use that and his attack? No. Okay. That's the end of his turn. Chad, you're up.
All right. First, going to start by having Gina try and get the one that is still mobile.
Okay.
That's better. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
12 hit points left. That's the end of him.
All right. Then going to shift over just a little bit so that I have easy access to these 2 fools. And I'm going to go. We'll go with this one first. Just start working my way slowly back towards the ship.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Rolled a 2, but great weapon fighter, so I can reroll
I'm
damage.
assuming they're restrained, so you have advantage.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you already did that. Cool.
Yep. Thank you, then. That's much better. So that is 9 points of slashing damage on the first guy. Let me...
Oh, you meant the damage roll. That's what you said. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. I was confused.
Yep. It's good. And let me try and finish him off. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 12 points of slashing damage.
He's still up. Just barely.
Rude. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I will use my action surge, but rather than attacking them, traditionally I'm going to use some of the charges from Dragon Maru. Let me double check how many this takes. Yes, so it's going to take 2 of its charges to cast Dragon's Breath at these fools who are restrained and hopefully shouldn't be able to get anywhere.
Yeah, I think they auto
Yeah, dex saves. Oh no, well, let me read it again. What does it say? It said something about that.
Conditions restrained.
It's in the restrained condition.
Yeah, creature's disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah. Or no, that's done. Sorry.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna click the spell, but I'm gonna roll the dice for damage just to make sure. So, yeah, 15-foot cone. So Chad kind of raises up Dragon Maru, but rather than bringing it down for a swing, just takes in an extra deep breath and is going to exhale Let's go with acid on these guys. So let me roll the damage. They need to. It's only a DC 13.
Keeping with the mushroom theme, I like it.
But that's decent. That's 10 acid damage on a failure, half as much on a success.
Okay, one fails, the other one succeeds.
Okay.
I'll say the one that failed. So wait, how much damage was it?
10 total, so half that on a success.
Okay, that one dies anyway, even if it succeeds. So this one is dead here too. The other one takes the full acid to the face.
Excellent. Okay, and that is for my bonus action. I'm gonna shout across the water at Jules and say, "You got this!" And use die to rally her, so she gets extra temp HP. That's going to be max for 11 points of temporary HP.
Okay. That will end Chad's turn, which leads it to the Devastator's turns. I realized I forgot one of their turns last time, but no harm, no foul. Is going to is going to make a couple of attacks. One is going to shoot another acid arrow at the turret as a 20 to hit.
Hits.
So he'll take 8 points of acid damage right now, and then another 4 at the end of your next turn. And then the other one is going to make another firebolt attack at Jules. That is a 17 to hit, which I think misses you.
Yep.
All right. The third one is going to make actually, he's going to get a little fancy. He's going to cast a Scorching Ray at Barumba as you are running across the waves in their direction. Big old elephant form. 2 of them, I think, hit with an 18 and a 23.
You're
said
muted.
17 last time.
Yes, they both hit. Yes.
Okay. The other one's a 13, so that misses.
All right.
So 15 points of fire damage.
All right. I'm gonna roll. Ooh, I think I lose concentration because Yep, I definitely do.
Oh, yeah, on that second one you do, yeah.
So, boink, that's gone. Okay, 15 points. Got it.
All right. That'll end their turns. Barumba, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna fire off a pot shot at the one next to Chad with Produce Flame.
Okay.
I don't get advantage anymore, but I roll 19.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be 2d8 fire damage, so that's gonna be 11 points of fire damage.
I'm just barely still up. That one
Okay.
is really rough.
All right, and then I will move the rest of the way towards the ship. Yeah, or as close as I can get, which I think is right there.
Okay. Orzeb, it is your turn.
All right. Bonus action, turret shooting this guy. And oh, a natty 1. Shock. Hits nothing.
Oh no. Fires out a bolt that just like crashes into one of the crossbars or the crossbeams of the ship's mast.
Okay. And then my turn. I guess I rip out my prototype wand and same guy, Frost Ray.
Okay.
which is where is it? There it is. Ray of Frost. Okay, and magic spell attack.
I always forget which one's the save, which one's the attack.
Yep. So do I. That's why I had looked up. Only a 13 to hit.
I think that's gonna miss. Well, I guess who are you aiming at? The one of the ones on the deck, or
I said I was shooting at the same one, so the one up in the one the turret shot at. So
the one up in the crow's nest here.
yeah.
Oh, actually, that'll hit then.
Oh, huh. Yay. Okay, and then
I was gonna be like, or the one up there, which looks like he's much easier to hit.
yeah. Increase by, so it's 2d8 because I am above 5th level.
Yes.
And oh yeah, 14 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of next turn. Its speed is reduced.
It dodges out of the way of the bolt of force, but does not see the ray of frost come out from your wand gun, and slams into him, almost knocking him off of the pillar or the crow's nest up there. And you see, kind of with a very sluggish look, turns around towards you with a slight look of panic. Awesome.
Freezing. Cool.
Okay, that is going to put it back to the remaining Iron Shadows' turns. So the one that's fighting with Chad is going to try to break free again.
It is free, Barumba.
Oh, that's right. It is. So in that case, self-preservation kicking in, is going to use his action to disengage and begins to run. Because it's very close to death. And all alone. 40 feet of movement. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's over there. The ones on the deck. I guess we're both right up there with Jules. So are going to... I guess they're just going to try to hit you.
Hit me.
Hit me.
Hit me.
Oh, jeez. Well, the first one makes 4 attacks, none of which hit. So it's 6 and 8, an 8 and a 10. Second one makes its 4 attacks. A 9, an 8, and a 10, and a natural 20. So 1 attack hits.
And 1 slips through.
Yeah.
Out
so
of 8.
9 points of bludgeoning damage
Ow.
from 8 attacks.
Okay.
All right. And it's your turn, Jules.
Okay. There's a lot of these tools still up here. Where is the captain guy? Is this him over here?
Yes, that is him.
Okay. I think it's time to make a statement. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use some charges from the symbol of the Earth Guardian to cast Guardian of Nature.
Okay.
Home myself. This time I'm gonna do the Primal Beast.
Okay.
So a nature spirit answers your call and transforms you into a powerful guardian. For the primal feast, bestial fur covers your body, your facial features become feral, and I get a lot of benefits.
All right.
You've already listed several.
So you see Jules in this. I'm going to say you take on a vaguely sort of like Yeti-like look.
Yes.
With white fur begins to kind of course off of your arms and kind of from underneath your armor, and you grow a little bit in size. Your teeth elongating into this gnashing maw of death. Okay, cool. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, that was my bonus action.
Oh shit. Okay.
And my life has changed forever because right now I have dark vision out to 120 feet,
Oh, you do.
which I never had. My speed is faster, but I'm gonna attack one of the guys next to me with my mace, and because I have advantage on all strength-based attacks.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
And I get an extra damages. I'll read that part in a second. It's a dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay, so I get a d6 for the mace and a d8 for my divine smite, and then I get an extra 1d6 force damage on this fool.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, if I could roll good big numbers. 12?
12.
He gets 12 damage.
All right. Well, that's enough to kill the one that's caught between you and the spiritual weapon. So you turn around, this bestial form, your mace cracking into the side of this this monk's head, and he goes crashing into the deck. And you let off your bestial roar. Very spooky.
And then I hold up my mace with my like long yeti arm, and I just point at the captain.
Nice.
Perfect.
Coming for you.
That'll put it to the captain's turn. Is successfully frightened here. He is going to run 5, 10, 15 around the side of the mast here, where there is a large brass bell hanging. And he grabs onto a hammer hanging next to the bell, slams the hammer into it. So this deep reverberation, this gong shines and echoes throughout this cavern. And with a grin, he drops the hammer and steps back towards the edge of the ship here. Chad, that'll be your turn.
Okay. I think I am gonna let that one fool run away, because I've just heard this ringing on the ship, and so Gina, with her 60 feet of movement, gets me right over to the ship.
Okay.
And then I will use my movement to climb up. Whoops, I don't want to take Gina with me anymore. I don't know how she would get up onto the ship.
That would be she could try jumping up, but might not enjoy it up there.
Yeah. And taking stock of what is happening. How high up are the guys in the crow's nest?
About 25 or 30 feet.
Okay, so I'll start with just coming up right behind this guy who is now stuck between Yeti Jules and me, and just try and axe him.
Okay.
That's like 26 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
That's max damage, so that's 16 slashing damage.
Oh,
He's still up?
he's still up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give him a bit of a reprieve and huck the returning javelin at. Are there any of them that I can actually get close enough? Because I think it's okay. No, it is a range of 30 feet. So are there anywhere it's not going to be at disadvantage?
I'll say you could get. I will allow it for the two that are up here.
Okay, so let's go after the one that has been taking the beating so far.
Okay.
Well, that's a natural one, but I don't know if the legend point is going to be worth it.
That's your call.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use the legend point on this. So re-rolling, that's a bit better. I think that is 19.
That'll hit.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
All right, 5 points piercing damage. The javelin sinks into his shoulder, but before he can grab onto it, rip it out, it appears back in your hand with a slight popping noise. Cool.
And then I think for my bonus action, I will rally Barumba and say, I think you may want to get up here. I imagine the water's not going to be fun in just a moment. And you get 7 temporary HP.
Oh, thank you.
It's now the Devastator's turns. They are going to make their attacks. I think it's just going to be a barrage of fire bolts. We're going to do one against Orazib, which I think you're still ducking down behind the thing there, so we'll give you half cover on that. So that's going to be... it's a 22 to hit. I don't know if half cover is going to help there. I think you're muted.
That would give me an 18 armor class. So yep, they still hit.
That's 14 fire damage.
Oh. Looking rough.
Orzim's having a hard time. Another one is going to go towards, say, Chad, because joined the party up here. It's a 17 to hit. I think that misses you.
Yep, misses.
And then one against Jules. That's 24 to hit.
That is.
That's 9 fire damage. I don't know if you have resistance to it.
Yeah, I do. I have my armor.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that. All right. I will end his turn. Barumba.
So loud. Okay, Bruno's like trying to keep up. So how much movement does it take to get up onto the ship?
I haven't really been counting that much. How much movement do you have? 30?
Like I have 30. Can I get up somewhere there?
Sure.
With 30.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna climb up onto the ship, and then kind of hand over hand, one carrying a staff. As I pull myself up, going to cast from the Staff of Healing. I'm going to expend 5 charges. Let me look up. Staff of Healing, make sure I got the right thing. 5 charges to do mass cure wounds. I'm going to do that.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So mass cure is I think it's 3d8. It's going to be 3d8 plus 5. So 12, 14. It's going to be 19 points of healing for everybody.
Nice. Who's everybody? You?
Everybody who has taken damage and not an enemy.
Okay, I just didn't know if you could you also get like the elk?
Yeah, I believe it's up to hold on, pull it back up.
I assume you can't get the turret because it's
up to 6. Up to 6. Okay. Yeah, no constructs, no undead, but everything else. I think all the aminals are dead at this point, other than the elk. So
other than the elk, okay. So the elk's gonna get some hit points back. Perfect. All right. At the end of your turn, all of you from on the ship feel a shifting from the water as a dark shape emerges underneath the elk. I'm just gonna run these real quick just to get the narration here.
Snip, snap.
At an armor class of 14.
Snurple and Snapple.
Yeah, I'll name the heads later. So that'll be a total 33 points of damage to the elk.
Well, it would have died if it hadn't been for that mass cure wounds. Gina is still up.
All right, so you all watch this dark shape emerge from the depths, and suddenly 5 heads shoot out of the water, all locking onto the elk, trying to drag it down. The elk gives a like a pained roar, or whatever sound elks make.
It's a scream. Have you heard it? It's terrifying.
All right, well,
watch it on YouTube, viewers. Elk's
even more
screaming is
terrifying because it's a giant elk. And the Hydra emerges from its watery home to join the fray. And that's where we're going to end the session because we're way late
Sure.
today. And we'll pick up next time to resolve this conflict, seeing who mid-battle gets sucked into the to the crystal and who gets shot out of it. So
Mel and Hilda are gonna have a very fun time.
but they're gonna be well rested.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll end it there. Thanks for bearing with me going late, guys. I wanted to do some fighting and stuff, and hope you all had fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, the elk's as big as the Hydra? That's a much more epic battle than I was envisioning.
Oh yeah. So that's it for our show here today. Thank you, GB, for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Racing our game here. Are you doing anything other than the game tomorrow? Anything coming up?
I have a new game starting on Wednesdays over on Pro Restarters channel, Ravnica. We're gonna be playing, and I was supposed to be a Goblin Warlock, but we switched it up. I'm gonna be a Goblin Rogue, and
Nice.
that's gonna be a thing where we're young, and then we're gonna like every session we're gonna jump years. And so
That's cool.
we're gonna add levels and storyline over these a short period of time, going through hopefully like 10 or more levels. So should be
That
good.
sounds really cool.
Yeah, and then of course tomorrow, Monster of the Week. I'm playing the Flake, and so I've got some prop surprises for tomorrow. So
I'm sure you will. It's like
other than that, I'm kind of between seasons on most stuff. Other than Wednesdays, I play on Damn It Barry's channel too. So
nice.
all over the place.
Nice. As for the rest of us, I did our announcements. We are scheduled below what's been going on your game nights. You can check us out, like GB said, tomorrow for Slaying 101, our new Monster of the Week game that's going to start at 4 Eastern time. So come check it out. It's going to be a hoot and a half. I think
as
that's
they say in Georgia.
regionally appropriate. So we will be back on next Saturday, same time, same place, to conclude this epic battle. So until next time, everybody have a nice week, good game, and good night, internet.
Good night, internet.
Internet.